Howdy, howdy.
Good evening.
Long time no see. It's almost like it was yesterday.
It was.
How's everybody doing out there? Man, we are short our third amigo.
Our eye candy's gone tonight.
Exactly. So now you're going to have to stare at Michael. That's just not fair. Let's see. Lindy is, of course, got company right now, but she says she might drop in from the wildlife park with Bella and Max. Bella's Steak and Butter Gal, Max, her husband, Steak and Butter Guy, from wildlife park. So we might get to see some koalas and kangaroos and stuff from Australia there. So that'd be fun. But put in the chat where you guys are all watching from, please. Love to see you guys. Shout us out where you're tuning in from.
They're all out in Australia enjoying themselves.
Yeah, look at those guys in the beautiful weather because it's summer in Australia. Yeah, that was from the Adelaide convention. And then they hopped over to go visit Lindy and do some filming. So That's awesome. So much fun. From New York City. From Minnesota, you're just down the road. Dallas, Texas. All right, so what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? It's finally come time.
Week away.
Yeah, we got to put up or shut up. We got to decide what we're doing. We got to have a game plan. What's your guys' game plan? How you staying strong? How you staying carnivore? Or are you? Be honest.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know what I'm doing for Thanksgiving myself. I'm fasting right now. I'm 6.5 days into a fast. So I don't know. I might keep going through Thanksgiving.
I might do it in solidarity with you because, I've been priming now for, I've lost count. I've been priming now, September, October, November, for almost 3 months, coming up on 3 months now. Repriming because I did 12 rolling 7-day fasts, and then my metabolism started to tank. So then I had to reprime. So I've been doing that. That's been going well, except for it gave me chipmunk cheeks back. Filled out the chubby face. And but now today was the first day. You know in your head it's weird. Once you primed and once you get into this, when something goes off like a switch and your brain's like, we need to fast. And I felt that for the first time this morning since having to reprime. And so I only have about 3 days worth of meat or so left in the fridge from the New York and the ribeye roast. So I was just thinking this morning, I'm like, I think I'm going to kill this and then start fasting again, because that's what I'm feeling now. So with that in mind, that puts me starting to fast like right the day before Thanksgiving. So I think I might be fasting with you, Michael.
I just know that Thanksgiving is going to be hard. You're going to see all the pictures of everybody, all their meals and stuff like that. So I know Thanksgiving is going to be tough, but I think we can do it.
Oh, I fasted last Thanksgiving.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I ate for Christmas, but I fasted last Thanksgiving. So yeah, I think I'm going to probably keep up with that because it's just kind of easier. Because then, to me, because then you don't have to even think about it. You're just done, And honestly, my brain just told me this morning that it's time to fast. I'm like, well, alrighty, I guess that's what I'm doing.
Listen to your body. And I'm doing this fast different. I'm not even getting on a scale.
Yeah.
I'm listening to my body and seeing how I'm feeling. I'm feeling a lot better this week. So
that's awesome. I'm way happy to hear it. How's your back feeling?
Back still sucks.
Back still sucks.
Especially in the morning.
Well, I want to see what the autophagy and fasting does for that too. I'm going to be really excited to see that.
I'm hoping it does something.
Hey, Luce. Yeah, me too. That's going to be awesome. Great to hear. And then, let us know if you tuned into the live stream, because we haven't gotten it. Yeah, last night, the live stream last night, because we shocked Lindy with a little surprise coup, whatever you want to call it, if you will. I don't think I'm using that term right, because we didn't try to take anything over, but we went against her wishes to do
that's what she gets when she's not here.
Yeah, exactly. When you're away, we're going to get up to trouble.
The boys are going to be in trouble.
Exactly. So we did what we did, but because there's nobody that deserves it more than Lindy. I mean, you lose 500 pounds. For anybody that doesn't know, we started to GoFundMe for Lindy because I'm just going to put this out there because she's going to beat me up later for saying this. But, Lindy had been working for a year to get on the list to get skin surgery because I guess in Australia, to get major surgeries, you got to be put on a list for a long time. And so it took her a while just to get on the list. Plus, because of her pre-existing condition and stuff, she had to hold on to some really expensive insurance because in case the surgery goes wrong and they have to use life-saving procedures, and being that in Australia, even though she has so much skin to lose and it's at real hazard for her, they didn't consider it a life-saving operations or whatever. It wasn't medically necessary, they're saying. So they made her pay out of pocket for it. And so in addition to paying out of pocket for it, she had to carry insurance, and it was kind of a sad deal because she was planning on doing some stuff, but because of life events and some real serious medical stuff going on in her family, she wasn't able to save up the money. So she was about to cancel her surgery, Right. And then we didn't want her to do that. So we put a GoFundMe together, and we all chipped in there, and I think we're going to be able to save her surgery. So we're very excited about that too. So that was big news. But I'm telling you now, I can celebrate because when Lindy gets back, she's going to kill us both for doing it.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Gotta do what you gotta do. And she's stubborn and proud, but she deserves every bit of it. So
she does.
So actually, I see. Did you see that there? She wants the link, Michael.
I posted the link.
No, Lindy wants the link, and
I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I was sending it right now.
The stream here. Okay. She's probably wanting to come in here, and
she's gonna yell at us. Yeah, I know.
I know she's gonna.
You sure you want her in here?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want you to send.
She's gonna grab us by our ears and pull us.
She's gonna.
I know what's coming. But here I got some behind the scene pictures from last night.
There we go.
As soon as I can find it. How come it's not coming up here? Let me see here. All right, there we go. Oh. Too many windows open tonight. There we go.
That's so awesome.
Who are you waving to? Adam?
Adam, he's waving.
It's
Adam.
But, behind the scene footage from last night.
That is awesome. All right. We'll take some starred comments, I guess, huh?
Yeah, we got a few.
All right. Hi, all from Nashville. Day 55 on carnivore and going strong, almost 2 months down. I'm surprised how fast the days are flying by, having ribeye and grilled shrimp for Thanksgiving. That's awesome. That is exactly what I had this morning for breakfast. I had a ribeye, and I was feeling I haven't had anything but ribeye for a while, but I had not grilled shrimp. I take a whole pound of butter and I put it in a skillet, and then I poach the shrimp in butter and garlic. I did use a little bit of garlic.
I'm surprised I didn't get a picture of today's ribeye because me and him were talking on the phone yesterday, and I told him he didn't know all week that I was doing a fast, and I told him 5 minutes later, here comes a picture of his ribeye.
I took it easy on you. I thought the surf and turf might push you over the edge today, so I didn't want to make you too miserable.
You guys have no idea what I put up with him.
I thought, hey, there we go. Here's trouble.
Look who's
How's
here.
How's it going, guys?
Hey.
We're about to encounter a koala.
That is awesome. I hear they taste amazing.
There's kangaroos too. I don't know if they taste amazing, but we might taste those later.
Yeah.
That's
for
awesome.
sure.
That is
How
awesome.
you guys doing?
We are doing fantastic. How you guys live in Australia? Is it beautiful there?
It's absolutely incredible, and everyone is very sweet, like Lindy. Seriously, everyone here is so nice. So many people are like, "Hey, honey, sweetie, dear," like nicest people. I wish we could stay longer. We're trying to get back for U.S. Thanksgiving, but
Yeah. Next year, I have to bring the family. Then you have
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
down
well,
there.
they're going to be so jealous, Todd, because my family loves animals, and I'm going to have a picture with a koala. Just saw some turtles. Yeah.
That's
awesome.
awesome. That's so good, man. And did you guys do your filming yet for the documentary? Is that all?
We're doing the big sit-down interview later today, but yeah. You're on
Started.
film right now. You're in the documentary right now.
Are we?
That's
been-
awesome.
We've been
Todd and I better
following-
fix our hair.
Right. Been following Lindy around and getting some footage for sure.
Oh, that's awesome, man! I can't wait.
Lindy made us. I don't want to make you guys jealous, but Lindy made us the most incredible meal yesterday. Oh my goodness, it was fantastic.
That is awesome. I saw it. Did you like because first of all, how is Australian beef compared to American beef? I've never had it.
Adam has a comment on that.
It's much better.
Really?
Much better. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Well, everybody's there. Hi, guys.
Mel and Max.
Yep. There's
That's
Scott
awesome.
in the
There's
back.
Scotty in the
Yep.
background.
Yep. Cameraman in the back. Yep.
Right.
That's awesome.
And Ella, where'd she go?
There she is.
There's Ella.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man! I can't wait to see the footage. When do you guys get to see the animals?
In a couple minutes.
That's
Yeah, we're-
awesome.
Yeah,
Gonna
we're
see
just
some
standing in
koalas.
line.
We're lining up for the koala now. So
Awesome.
as soon as the people in front leave, we'll shoot over there. So you can drop us down for now, and I'll let you know when we hit the koalas.
All
All righty.
We'll see you guys in
All
a little
right.
bit.
Take care,
Thanks so
guys.
much.
Thanks for popping on.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
That's awesome. Oh man, Michael, I guess we know what we're doing next winter.
We'll see.
We got to go down and visit him. That looks like too much fun.
Does.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well, we'll check back in with them. And let's see.
Look,
Oh,
we
well,
got
here-
our own satellite crew tonight.
I know. I mean, we're getting big
Well,
time
we
now.
are.
We are international news right now.
They are.
Anna, good morning from Perth, Western Australia, gang. How are y'all? Carnivore for 6 months, lots of positive changes, especially mental ones, and 60 pounds down as of today. That's awesome. Anna.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Keep going.
And did you go to the Adelaide carnivore meetup at all? I'd love to hear that. Let's see here. Adam Nichols. I stay strict. Whole family knows I have had carb. I have not had a carb in over 2 years, so it's not a surprise to anyone at this point. Ribeye, eggs is all I eat. I had my fair share of everything else before. I feel you there, right? Like, yeah, we ate up all of our tolerance already too, for sure. Well, stay strong, Adam. That's it. That's incredible. And you know, all the longer that we do this, everybody that says that this is so restrictive and not realistic and not sustainable and yada yada yada, we just keep staying strong and just eating our ribeyes. They're going to see through all that was all just propaganda, and that they don't have as many options as they think. There's really just fat, protein, and sugar or carbohydrates, and we're only cutting out the carbs. We still get 2/3 of everything else available, you know. I'm watching you folks on the big screen. That's awesome. Appreciate it so much. Going to the store tomorrow to see what steaks are on sale. That's a good idea too. I wonder, I never have checked this, but does anybody know, do they have Black Friday sales on meat? That's one I'm going to be checking out for sure. Julie T, no Thanksgiving here, but love the idea of the food. Absolutely. Well, start a new tradition. Julie, start your own things. Start your what would you call it? Carnivorous giving start a carnivorous giving meal or holiday, I should say. Celebration day, carnivorous feast day. There we go. I think we got it. James, no sad Thanksgiving here. I'll have a niece and her kids here. I'm going to be doing carnivore Thanksgiving. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let us know what's on the menu. We'd love some ideas for those that are going to be trying to keep it carnivore as well. Question: the 35K goal, is that yes, it's Australian dollars, so it's about $22,753, I think, in American or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, that is Australian. All right. Love that surprise for Lindy. Thank you so much. I can't think of anybody that deserves it more. And it was such great timing with the whole gang down there. It just felt right. And I didn't even know this. I didn't know it till yesterday, but she told us yesterday that literally she has to come up with a deposit next week. And I didn't have any idea about this. This just felt like the right time. So we launched it. And because of what you guys have already done in the GoFundMe, she has enough for a deposit. She was planning on literally tomorrow when Bella and Max were gone, calling to cancel it.
Yep.
And that would have been devastating. So literally I think this was divine intervention because I just felt like in my gut that this was the right time to do it. And I just thought this needed to happen. And sure enough, I think that there was some divine intervention there speaking to me, because tomorrow it would have been canceled and she would have had to start all over, which would have been so sad.
Yeah.
So I watched Saturday Night Live. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you so much. Tim's a superstar in the SBG. Such awesome results.
Yeah.
Charlie and Marilyn. Lindy is absolutely an absolute superstar for sure. Andy Guild, hey team, so good to be able to catch up on a live, not just replays. It was so good to have some of the team over here in Australia for the Carnivore Connection. That's what I heard, man. Next one, I'm definitely going to make it. Next one, I'm definitely going to make it there. So, man, especially after what Adam and Carrie and Bella and Max just said, that your guys' beef is way better than ours. So I'm definitely coming down. You might want to warn your beef suppliers. They're going to take a hit here next year. So I'm coming down with, and I'm priming one there for sure. I'm ready and I'm staying strong. Awesome, Lewis. We love to see it. Show everybody how it's done and be an example, man. That's awesome. Congratulations. Wow, Michael, good going on the fast.
Thank you.
Carnivore Hercules. Michael is absolutely killing it. And pretty soon, you're going to see Michael, me, out raising heck, tearing up the clubs, picking up all the chicks. No, we're not. We're old. We're really old. But, we got to talk a big game. So that was so lovely what you did for Lindy, guys. Thank you so much. I can literally not think of a single person that deserves that more. I'm not trying to spread any nonsense here, but I just see so many nonsensical, silly things that people try to put their wish list out for on YouTube and stuff. And I've never wanted to be about anything like that. Lindy's never been about anything like that, but I've seen, no, for sure. Michael's not. And nobody is that I have seen and worked with and stuff, but there's all these things out there. And then that when I first started this channel, I wanted literally what was in my mind. I came from keto and I came from TikTok, and there was a bunch of stuff on TikTok. And one of the things I kept seeing is people were using keto to lose a bunch of weight. And then when they lost the weight, they would do like a GoFundMe to get the skin surgery, because that was kind of like the prize at the end. It was kind of like the finalizing getting your life back when you got the skin off, you know? And I was like, man, if I ever could do anything, which I'm still working on it because I'm surely not there.
He's waving, so
Oh, hey, Scott.
maybe he just wanted to get online.
We got some animals yet?
I'm trying to switch the camera.
All right. I saw you waving, so I figured you wanted to come on.
Oh, wow.
She does have 2 eyes. She just has an unusual name, so she came to us with that name. I think they initially thought that the eyesight wasn't great for a koala, but it's perfectly fine. So yeah, she does have 2 eyes. Yeah, that's a Victor over there. So he's making a bellowing noise. So
It's awesome.
it is very unusual sound, but it is breeding season, so that's trying to impress the girls and kind of mark his territory as well. And this is a female. Yeah, this is a female. Yeah. How old? She's 12 years old. How long do they live? About 10 or 12 in the wild, but human care it can be 15 to 18 or a lot longer. Wonderful. Was it just yourself coming in today? Yeah, no problem. We'll swap on over there. Come on in. Wonderful. Come on through in behind her there. Give her some gentle pats on the back.
There's Adam.
This is life, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Just eating and
Getting
sleeping.
massage,
And...
yeah.
Very nice.
Adam. Very cool. Soft.
Very soft, yeah. You can smell the gum leaves.
Yeah, I can smell it.
Yeah, beautiful. See his little face is all green.
He doesn't mind at all, does he? Adam. Can you get a little closer?
Wonderful. We'll swap on over there again.
That's awesome. That dude's goatee looks like mine after eating steak.
We'll have the next person coming on through, guys.
Stella? Where's Stella? Oh,
Alright. So everybody,
Harry.
come on in behind her there. Give her a gentle pat down the back.
Carrie, just get a little bit closer, just a little. I didn't realize they had claws like that.
Oh yeah, that's how they called drop bears, I think.
Oh, I don't know if I did one of them.
Yeah, like that. He said, I want bigger leaves than that, lady.
Yeah. Really looking for steak is what he wants.
Very particular.
So I heard somebody mention ribeyes.
Yeah, he's like, now we're talking.
Yep.
Yeah, he knows a good leaf when he sees one.
Oh boy.
He's looking at that other scraggly stuff. I'm like, what do you want me to do with this? You know how many of these?
It's
I've
not
eaten
it.
Come here to the side here. Beautiful.
I had no idea that I was built like a koala.
Wonderful. Come on through.
Here comes Bella.
Okay. Look at the exclusive footage you guys get from us. You know, you ain't gonna see this nowhere else.
riveting primetime television.
Yeah.
I just have to lift up the camera a bit.
Yeah. Got to get some lessons from Adam while he's out there, Scott. There's Max.
All right.
That's awesome.
Stop smiling, Max.
Do one wider. There we go. Excellent. Perfect.
Alrighty, we'll swap on over again. Is that everybody?
Yes.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, guys. Thanks for coming.
I want to take him home.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, no worries. See you guys. Alrighty, my next group can come on over.
I got a good quick one.
You got the whole camera crew there. Look at all the people with the cameras.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Got the little green coming out of his mouth. He's like,
How was that, Max?
I think I'm ready to go back to America. That was amazing.
See the kangaroos yet?
Oh yeah, right. Kangaroos. Kangaroos.
All right.
Don't tell them what you guys ate last night, though. Whatever you do.
that was so cool.
All right, Scott. Thank you so much.
We'll
No
see you
worries,
when you're at the kangaroos.
All right. Look
See
at
you at the
Yes.
the
kangaroos.
smile.
That was my favorite.
All right. See you soon.
See
All
ya.
right, take care. Bye-bye.
That's awesome. All right. that is amazing. I can't wait to see the kangaroos. So it's so funny because we were talking to him last night. We're on video after the live stream, and Lindy got Carrie and Adam and Max and Bella some kangaroo meat there, and it was in the package. And Max was like, "I've been trying to see a kangaroo all the way from the airport to here, and this is the first one I've seen." It was in
It's in
ground
the
beef.
refrigerator. Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, if you guys cook that and eat it tonight, it's going to be real awkward having a conversation with the first kangaroo you meet." Ah, that's awesome. That's so awesome. We'll just keep an eye on. We'll pop it back up when they're on the kangaroos.
Yep.
Well, let's see. Where were we? So we're here. I can't remember where I was at. Train of thought. Where was I?
I don't know. Let's see.
Oh yeah. I was just saying that it's crazy because Lindy, we all get so tired of seeing so many kind of scammer channels and stuff putting out wish lists for crazy junk and clickbait and stuff. And so, while Lindy's just very proud, very honest person, she doesn't want to take anything, but sometimes you just need help. And so we just really want to help her. But it's just, I'm sitting here going, it's not like that. You've lost 500 plus pounds, and this is the last chapter to change your life and like put this behind you. And man, me and Michael want to see it happen so bad. And so that's what I was saying is when I was on TikTok and I was doing the carnivore thing or the ketovore and keto thing, I was always thinking, because that was a big thing on TikTok. I was like, that's what I would love to have a channel for. If I ever made any money off of a channel, I would love to take all of it and just help sponsor somebody that needs that skin surgery. Because for people our size that end up losing the weight, that's always the most toughest part to finish it off with is the skin surgery, because it's so expensive.
You can see where she was and where she is today.
For sure. Yeah.
And she's out doing things again. And that's huge.
Yeah.
That's the biggest win right there that you're ever going to get.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of her size that you see now, it can't be lost by diet, because it's the skin. It's all that skin that's got to come off. That's why it's so, I know exactly. That's why it's always kind of, I understand the question, but people don't understand the kind of the mass that we're dealing with. And so when people say, do you think your skin will shrink up with fasting? And I'm like, no, because right now I've lost half my body weight. Lindy's lost 2/3 of her body weight. And there's just, you can't get rid of that kind of skin. It's just too much, And so there's nothing you can really do with it other than get it cut off. There was a guy that fasted like 379 days or something, or 400 some days. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But he came from about half of Lindy's weight is where he came from. And that did eat up with autophagy,
And this is from her trip from going to Austin last year.
Yeah.
And she was worried that the seatbelt wouldn't fit her. And here's proof that it did. Me and Todd kept telling her it was going to fit.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was so good. I was happy to only need one extension when I went to Austin. So that was so incredible. Yeah. So awesome. She's come such a long way, so it's so good to watch this happen and watch her get.
And you see this with Lindy, where she was home, she didn't do nothing, she had no life, and now look at her. Look at the changes that she's made. And she was as low as that you can be, just like the three of us. And where she is today is unbelievable in such a short time for her, and to be doing all this stuff again. You know, it's unreal. And I see this, and this is where I want to get to. I want to be able to do all this stuff.
For sure. You know? Michael's going to be with us soon. He's got a little bit more lymphedema issues than we had, but he's getting them conquered. And whether it be a year or 2 years, Michael, we are going to see out there. You are going to be riding shotgun in my pickup, and I don't care if I have to drive into the Chicago gangland to pick you up. We are going to these carnivore conferences. Yeah, incredible.
It is.
It is incredible.
So if you're out there and you're like us and you didn't think that you can recover from this, and you were low and in that dark place that we all have been in, and that dark place sucks, you can change it. I'm telling you, please give this a try. There's nothing else has ever worked for me. Nothing else has ever worked for Todd. Nothing else. Even surgery didn't work for Lindy. No. So this works. This gets you free from that craving, from that thought of the food in your head constantly. It's huge.
100%. 100%. Thank you so much, Josephine. I know she loves all you guys' support and help, and she was just really taken back yesterday, but she sent us a really nice message this morning, and she's very shocked and surprised by all this. She's kind of taking it all in, because in her mind this was already a done deal. She wasn't going to do it. She was just canceling it, and so she just put it away. So it was kind of a lot for her to take in yesterday, because she had to realize that that it's not over, that she's going to be, how it is when you have to give up on something big, it's kind of
disappointing.
When you put it out of your mind, you try not to think about it. So you let it die. You don't focus on it. So I know that's where she was. And so yesterday she was just in shock, because it wasn't even registering, because in her mind, it was a done deal.
She started crying.
Yeah. So it's going to be awesome. I was on the live stream. That was awesome. Oh, no worries. I sure appreciate you guys so much. It's just, and seriously, we're not trying to make anybody get, stretched tight on finances. No. We know how hard it is. Everything's so expensive out there.
$5. $5.
Yeah. $5. If you can't give anything, just spread it. Yeah. Just send it to somebody you might know that might be able to help her, or just get it out on social media. There's enough people in this world that that'll help, that we can totally get her there for sure. So, but I appreciate it so much.
Oh, he's waving again.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, good Lord.
Backwards. He's just
That's my worst nightmare. This is why I didn't go to Australia.
Good thing we didn't bring Skittles.
Yeah. He would eat my bird.
Snake with a milk.
No, he's going
around the other side. He's coming back. Oh no, he's okay. He's going on your head.
No. All animals love my head.
Alright, I'll take him off.
That is disgusting.
Who was going next? Yeah.
Come through. No, I want Adam to take it. Adam's.
Come on, guys, step up.
all the guys are like,
oh, Max is doing it.
Like this underneath the snake. Yep.
Nope, not at all. Not even once. Not for a second. Those things are built for hat band material and boots. That's it.
Keeping that hand open so
Sorry.
he can move. No, that's okay.
Sorry.
So he's like just taking a rest.
Wow. So smooth. I thought they'd be very rough.
We do have a rough scale python. They're a bit more rough, but most snakes are quite smooth.
It's beautiful. You can buy this kind of snake in a pet store, no? I'm pretty sure I've seen a...
Yep, you do need a license for them, but yeah, you can.
Do you need one in America as well?
No, you just walk into Petco.
Seriously?
They have a...
Not that big.
Yeah. I'm a bit jealous. You can just get like a chameleon in America.
Yeah.
I wish.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
It's like a tattoo. What an experience. Thank you.
Figure you would, Missy.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
Here we go, Adam. Come on.
Adam's turn.
Put your hand under there for me.
Very strange. Move around.
I think Adam's about the right size to be lunch for that guy.
Oh, nice. Thanks. Thanks for the reminder.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy.
You ready, Bella?
I am.
Sorry.
Get out of your photo spot. You okay?
Have you ever
He
tried
knows you have a foot.
Nah.
Uh-oh.
He's on the other side now.
Good, buddy.
Oh boy, you touched its face. I'd be running like a girl right now. There's no way. There's just no way.
Come on, Todd. This is right up your alley.
No, I hate snakes.
Really?
Time to be in the car.
Yeah.
That's a really good
Yeah.
I would absolutely be in the car. I would have went and done the bat
All
thing
right.
before I did this for sure.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Should I not do sudden motions? Or...
No, it's okay. He's very, very friendly.
Here's the big one. Here's the big one.
Carrie?
Does she handle it like a boss?
She will.
Wow. Look at that.
That thing makes one wrong move, it'll be fried in butter.
It'll be in the next TikTok video.
There you go.
I don't think
I'll
I'll taste
readjust him if that's okay.
Sure.
Go. So if you pop your hand under there for me.
Oh.
He really likes. He just loves to explore. Yeah. So you like your head too, Bella.
Oh. Okay. And back in the hood.
Yeah, he knows you've got a hood and that's it. He likes yeah, and
Is it
the
because
tree
it's warm?
apparently. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Give me Eddie.
How do you get it so he doesn't like bite or anything?
Lots of handling. So yeah, it's just the other reason they're gonna bite is for food, which we're way too big, or if they feel scared. So by handling him lots, he knows okay.
Oh, that was for before
For the
koala.
koala.
Should have said, we never said they don't bite.
Thank you so much.
Pretty tight on my
Let
head.
me just. Yeah, they don't have any arms or legs, so they've got to use their tail to really hold on.
Yeah, no.
Thank
Huh.
you. No worries.
They got your hands like this.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you so
I'm the
much.
camera guy.
Dude. Oh, dude, come on.
Come on, Carrie.
Smart man, Carrie. Smart man. Don't let him pressure you into it. Don't let him pressure you into it, Carrie.
It's actually it's no big deal. Huh?
You want to go?
It's almost like sure.
Do you want to take the camera? He just loves
All right, Carrie's gonna take the plunge.
Guys,
Oh.
good job. Don't be a wuss like Todd.
Oh, I would definitely be a wuss.
This will send Homestead into the stratosphere. Where's Bella?
behind you.
Oh, there she is. So while we're waiting on Carrie in here. We have
Spiders? Oh. What is that? A snake again or a lizard?
there we go.
Really? There he is.
It's a lizard. Huh.
Yeah.
Is he in a cage because he eats
Yeah, he's
tourists?
that's the glass behind the glass cabinet. So yeah. Anyway,
So
here we go. Carrie's about to.
Oh, really?
Make a difference. Oh, so activity they often say smaller because.
Yeah, definitely. Could you throw out in a big enough
Very nervous at all.
Stand by.
Carnivores don't get nervous. Snakes are carnivores, right? Strictly?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably.
Super soft. I thought they'd be really like coarse.
Yeah.
All right. Carrie stepping up to the plate.
All right.
Just yep. How's it?
Are you the one that wasn't sure? Got me to the end.
Right. Wow. Are snakes strictly carnivore?
Yes, they will only eat
Okay,
meat items. Yeah.
we're good then.
You're in good company, yeah.
He's your buddy.
About 3 times the thickest part of their body, so definitely can't eat you.
Nice. Oh, suck a little.
He tends to do that.
It's like a scarf.
Yeah. So just letting that go, he might just wrap around. Yeah. If you use the other hand to just support this bit.
He's not going to squeeze you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's really soft. I thought it'd be like armor. Same. Fresh shot. Oh, no, he's pulling back.
So just let him move. Yep. So like that.
and we're done.
Does he recognize you?
I think he recognizes smells with his tongue. Yeah.
Okay.
Smell with their
Pretty
tongue.
cool.
Yeah. And their tongue is shaped like a V at the end. So they can actually smell in 2 different directions. Not sure if he's going to pop it out, but you can see it's like, yeah, it's split at the end. So, yeah, he'll know if there's a rat over there or if there's one on the other side.
So when they're sticking their tongue
Thank
out,
you.
they're
Thank you.
smelling.
Well done, Gary.
That's why they
Well
do
done.
poke their tongue out so much. They're just trying to figure out what's the
Shake it off. Shake it off.
So we'll get back to you when we're in the kangaroo area.
All right. Sounds
thanks,
good, Scott. Thank you.
Back from our field reporter, Scott, in
Yep.
the field.
He spawned his new calling.
You did. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Ugh. All right. Let's get that off. I don't know. Woof. Those things. Not. Nope. That's a whole lot of no. All right. Let's see. Where were we at? Mandy, we would love to have you in Western Australia. Well, I don't know where Western Australia is, if that's in Melbourne or
No.
if that's the other
The other
end.
side. Other side.
But I'll definitely be in Melbourne and then probably Perth, I would imagine, if I'm going to be down there. But definitely next year. So we're going to do it. Michael's coming with. Michael,
Yeah.
I'm not sitting in that plane for 18 hours by myself.
There you are.
Me and you, man. Me and you.
We'll see.
All right. Julie T. Hi, guys, from Sydney, Australia. I've been carnivore since April. I've had lots of non-scale victories, but no fat loss yet. No noticeable body comping yet. Let's see. Hi, guys. I've been carnivore since April. Oh, that's only April. All right. That's not bad. So,
But look at all the non-scale.
yeah.
That was
And
huge.
yeah, and also when you say that you haven't had body composition changes, but you've had non-scale victories, that is a big red flag to me that, or green flag to me that you're healing, right? And so you're not going to have a bunch of body composition changes when your body's still healing. But once your body heals and your hormones are healed, and once your mitochondria is healed, then your body has excess. Like the fat is the last thing on your body's mind. It doesn't care if you're fat. Your body thinks that it's actually a safe thing to be fat. In fact, in that fat is a lot of toxins and oxalates that it's got to deal with. So it knows it has to be healthy. It has to have a healthy immune system. It has to have a healthy gut microbiome, mouth microbiome, healthy mitochondria, just a healthy constitution all around. And then it'll start digging into that stuff. So just stay the course. But what I do want to remind people is every time that I hear people say that I haven't gotten to this point, X, Y, or Z yet, what I do want to remind you is you're likely here because you're like me and Michael, where we were getting worse every day. And what you're not doing is getting worse, right? So you're having non-scale victories and you have stopped the descend into digging yourself in a deeper hole, right? With more health problems and stuff. And sometimes we underestimate how good it is just to stop the carnage, right? Because honestly, if you weren't doing this, what else would you be doing? You would be doing something that's digging the hole deeper, likely, because there's really no other options. So, yeah, I mean, part of the blessing of this diet is the food freedom, is that we stop making things worse and we give our body a chance to catch up, but it's going to do that on its own time. And I know it's easy to get impatient, but we gotta hang in there and have faith,
Stick to it. I promise you it works.
For sure. You can see it. So many people and she's saying it right here with the NSVs. So, but it'll come around for sure. Been on Zero Plant for 7 years, saved my life. That's awesome. Congratulations for sure. Let's see here. Rib roasts are on sale here for $7.99. I missed the $3.99 a pound days. Wait a minute. You just said a rib roast is on sale there for $7.99. I don't know what you're talking about. I would fill up my car, my truck, my house with rib roasts. I mean, these things would be out in plastic bags in the snow outside right now. If those were $7.99 here, fill up with all those that you can find. That's a fantastic price. But I agree, $3.99 would be better. But with inflation, $7.99 is kind of the new $3.99. So hopefully that gets fixed here soon. Hi from New Zealand. Popped over to give a little to the amazing Limitless Lindy, such a superstar. Thank you so much. Man, we appreciate you guys' help so very much. That's going to be incredible. I mean, look, this isn't going to be too long, guys. It's her surgery is scheduled for February 6th. February 6th. So this is coming up. So we do have to work quick, but we're going to see the changes. We're going to get to see the actual change. I can't wait to see what it's like. For me personally, I can't wait because I'm looking at my future and Michael's looking at his future, So that's so awesome. I'm so me us too. I mean, it's going to be incredible. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Could not happen to a better person, better candidate. There's not one. I work on a beef station. More than welcome. Oh, I will see you there. That just got me to Western Australia. that just changed my itinerary.
Maybe I will come there now.
Me and Michael.
We get VIP?
We'll see you at the beef station. Hopefully it's an all-you-can-eat beef station. How long?
And we have an inn, Todd. Come on.
We have an inn. How long is our visa good in Australia?
We'll bring sleeping bags, right?
Exactly. We'll camp out at the beef station. It was lovely to see your face on the live yesterday, Michael. Will you be a regular on Friday Night Lives?
We'll see. I'll pop in from time to time.
For sure. I sure miss him because otherwise I have to pretend like I know what I'm doing on this stuff.
I know. You just want me pushing the buttons. I know.
I want you talking, but I do want you saving my bacon because you see all the tricky stuff. See how smooth this goes when Michael's running it, and then I go over there and run stuff, and it's a little bit clunky. That's because Michael's not running the show.
Our cameraman's waving.
There we go.
You got the food, though.
There they are.
Oh, that's what I want to see.
Sorry, guys.
No worries.
Just waiting for a little kid to finish up.
Don't tell anybody, but push him in. See if you can box that thing. That's awesome.
I'm going to pull away. I'm going to get a picture for now, okay? Because I think he's still here.
All right, guys, I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Of course. That's awesome. I wonder what kind of bird that is. It's like one of those, because isn't kiwis a bird too? That's in, I know that's New Zealand, but I'm pretty sure kiwis are a bird too in New Zealand.
Yeah, they are. I believe.
I wonder if that's one of those kiwi birds or whatever.
We got a lot of New Zealanders in Hurdle's house.
Yeah. To let us know if what kind of bird that was, please. Tim, question, is being consistent considered being too strict these days? I think that
Hold that
people-
thought. Hold that thought. He's waving again.
Okay.
May try to bite your
Well,
hand.
It won't hurt.
It won't hurt, but he will try to peck it.
Honey.
that is awesome. That is so cool. Now that I want to do. I want to pet a kangaroo.
You don't get those in Montana, do you?
No. Not that, well, not one that stand on 2 feet anyways and without horns.
Yes,
That's awesome. No joke. I think I could sneak one of those in the backyard and nobody would notice.
Honey, I want to get a photo with you and the Lindy with the kangaroo and the Ella.
Summer stall. Can you say other people taking photos? Go around, please.
Oh.
I got it. I got it.
That is awesome.
All right, guys, I'll come back to you.
All right, thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
It's around.
That is awesome. All right. So I think the perception is that it's too strict because people can't imagine being free from cravings, right? So the question is being consistent considered to be too strict these days? I think that's the perception with people, because for the same reason that when we're all on a calorie restrictive diet, we all could only imagine doing it for a short number of time. That's why we needed promises of such big results within 3 months, 6 months, a year, because we can't actually see ourselves being on a calorie restrictive diet, because anybody that's ever done it, yeah, it's so hard. So I think that it's perceived as too strict, but the reality of it is when 99% of people that do carnivore, when they do it correctly and they get enough nutrients in and they prime and they get their fat in, well, you get what Lindy calls the off switch. You get whatever all of us have found. What you find that you get food freedom, and it's the consistency is the easiest thing.
It's life changing, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It really
So
is.
I totally agree, Tim. I think that's a great question, but I think it's just a perception problem for people that don't know what it's like to have food freedom. That's what I think.
What's going on, Scott?
Seeing if we can't get you some here of, I think it's Joey with Baby in the Pouch.
Oh, wow.
Just stand by.
Okay.
And it's, as you can imagine, it's popular. So hang on, here we go.
Oh, I bet.
Oh. Wow, that's crazy. That's awesome. That dude's just kind of hanging out. I feel like that's like a 30-year-old that's been at home too long because he's like he doesn't
He's
really
big,
fit. Yeah, he don't fit in that pouch too good.
Doesn't want to leave.
Yeah, I feel
All
like
right.
he's a millennial.
We're going to see if we can find more big ones.
All right.
That's awesome. But I think it's time for that dude to get a job. Thanks, Scott.
Where did you go?
I don't know. You did something and then
No, I didn't. I didn't do. You must have clicked something because I didn't click you at all.
You ghosted me. All right. Hey guys, loving the Qualivision. That's awesome. All right, we're big time. We're I bet we're getting more views than CNN right now. Sorry, I'd throw that in there, but that was funny. But it's true because we got international news going on right now.
Yeah,
Live.
we got our remote cameraman on location right now.
Exactly. Tim, what a coincidence, the timing of the GoFundMe. Yeah, Tim, that was incredible. I had no idea. It just felt like the right time. And man, I'm so happy that all worked out so well. That's awesome. Those things are so cool.
I think a little bit.
Yeah, you might want to turn it a little bit that way.
Would you mind doing this?
I want to put it down a little bit more.
That thing is so cool.
You know, it holds on to the hand, huh?
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's incredible.
Can I go?
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Wow, that one's on the baby.
Thanks, Scott.
That's awesome.
Appreciate you,
Thanks,
man.
Scott.
No worries. Be back.
We'll be back. That's awesome. Wow. I do want a kangaroo. I think we could. I heard that there's kangaroos in the United States now because some people snuck some over or something like that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I did hear that. That's pretty crazy.
Cindy wants one too.
All right, Cindy, we got a plan. We just we got to grease the right palm, Cindy. We'll get some kangaroos over here. Wonder how they do in the snow. Oh man. Oh geez, why did I click that? No.
What's
man.
my favorite picture? You
No,
guys want to see? You guys want to see my favorite picture of
No,
Todd?
and moving on. So carnivore
let's take that off the screen. Let's pull this up for 1
Carnivore
second.
Camping Patriot.
Todd?
Carnivore Camping Patriot. I hate your guts, Michael. I hate your guts. And if you're going to do something with that picture, that is really creative. That's awesome, but I hate your guts. But if you're going to do something that creative with my picture, you
guys never knew that Todd was part of the Hanson brothers.
Listen, if you're going to do something funny with my picture, you should have maybe that baby in the pool on the Nirvana cover. That would have been funnier.
Next time.
But, but that's awesome. I hate your guts. Get that off the screen. Get that off the screen. I wish I would have never done that. Anyways, are both of you guys done?
That's for that steak that you sent me the picture of the other day.
I see how it is. Well, now, I mean, hey, you can only use that picture so many times. So now you got more coming, sir. I hate your guts. I hate your guts right now. Carnivore camping patriot. Have both of you guys done the skin surgery or plan to? I have not done the skin surgery, but I definitely plan to. And I think I actually have to have 3 of them, possibly 4. Lindy's going to have 2 or 3 of them as well. But this is the big one that's really necessary for movement and everything else. How about you, Michael? You plan on getting skin surgery?
We will see. We will see.
Yeah,
I'm going to definitely need it though for my legs, but it's a long ways off.
Scott's
cameraman's waving. What do we got, Scott? Another kangaroo.
There we go.
Adam. Yep.
Adam's having his turn.
That's awesome. I do want one of those for home. I think we could fit one in the backyard, or maybe 6 or 7. They seem to have the coolest personality ever.
Unless they're trying to kill you.
Well, yeah, unless they're trying. Isn't that the big red ones that do that, though?
That makes sense. Oh, they're super cool. Yeah.
Now, Max is feeding him. Stop smiling, Max.
How do you think Simba's doing
right now? When you come home smelling like kangaroo, he's going to be mad.
Yeah, he is.
I don't even think he's going to know what it is because he's
So, Bella, how are you enjoying this experience so far?
Unbelievable. It's so calm. It's like animal therapy.
Yes, it is.
Because they get to just roam. I feel like I'm in their territory, so I'm just like trying to be as gentle and calm as possible. But I feel like this is really calming. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we got the boys here. How's your experience been so far, guys?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Like Bella said, it's almost like therapy. Yeah, it's very awesome. Look,
That's awesome. He's like, hey, more food.
Yeah.
I don't work for free, people.
Is he looking for food?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. I know a hungry critter when I see one.
Yeah. They did. I want to scratch the bellies. Look at the belly. There's a full belly.
Yeah. You're the 1,200th person that's fed him today. That dude is constantly priming during business hours.
What are they eating?
Thank you, bro.
It's a wallaby pellets.
Oh, okay.
Born in there.
All right, I have to ask, what is in a wallaby pellet?
I have no idea. No.
Green?
Ella might know, but she's somewhere else.
Yeah.
That thing is awesome. I love the little tiny arms. They seem to have the coolest personality ever.
Man, I gotta go back to America and have like lame animals at home.
How many carry-ons did you bring, Max?
How many carry-ons did you bring?
Carry on?
Yeah, carry-on. 1.
We might be able to smuggle one back.
Yeah.
It might be a
I
good
saw
test.
one.
It'll be a good test for customs, Todd.
For sure. I saw one that just fit in a pouch. So I know they can. I know they're
Todd will be able to
compact.
stick one under his hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to let go.
I know.
Where in the world can you do this, fellas?
Right?
Yeah.
I think Melbourne. I heard.
Oh, the mouth is so warm and wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And the ducks aren't. They're just kind of there. He's got a ravenous appetite, just like you, Todd.
I told you that dude's priming. I know a primer when I see one.
I don't think Bella's going to want to leave Australia after this.
It's so warm.
Yep, there we go. All right, what else are we saying? We'll come back to you when we got something other to look at, mate.
All right, thanks, Scott. I appreciate it.
Take another bite.
That's awesome. We'll see you in a bit, Scott.
You need a break, buddy.
Hey, Scott, what's the difference between a roo and a wallaby?
Well, hang on a sec. I'm no specialist, but I believe it's a wallaby maybe, and the roo is a big sucker. And there's a roo over there, lying down. You see in the background?
Oh, yeah.
I see him back there.
You
I
see
see
that
him
big
back
roo in the
there.
background?
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
So
So you
what
got
is
these
so
little
what,
suckers here.
what is the defining characteristic differences or whatever?
Apart from the size, I have no idea.
Huh.
Yeah.
So roos are smaller species of kangaroo, and then wallabies bigger?
Wallabies are the smaller ones. Roos, yeah, they're the big ones.
Oh, okay.
Now we're having a look at this thing here. I'm not even going to bother pronouncing that. Electus parrot.
Yeah, I can't see him though. Look at these little things.
Looks like he's nesting down there.
No, he just dropped. I don't know where the parrot is though.
Yeah, we got a parrot in here somewhere.
Let's see if we got there now. Oh no, yeah, they're the. Oh, there he is, right at the back. You can see his orange beak and green.
Trying to. Lindy spotted him, but I'm trying to. Unfortunately, you can't go around the back.
No, you have to be here, honey.
Where?
In his nesting box.
Oh yeah. Gee, I don't know. See that?
It's kind of hard. So it's a little
There's
pixelated.
a red. Yeah, there's a red.
I see something, man.
See the red, the big.
Huh.
We're losing you, Scott.
There he is. He's coming out.
No. Dang it, I think our field team just went down.
Yep. We're losing them. We lost you, Scott.
No worries. We'll try to come back to you when you reconnect. Oh man, but that's awesome. That is awesome. Awesome field coverage. I can't believe those guys are out there right now. It's so awesome that we get to see all that. It's like being there with them. All right. So happy for Lindy. She'll get her surgery. Absolutely. This is fantastic. Makes it all worth it. You'll get there, Michael? No doubt. Absolutely, he will.
Takes
we're
some.
not. No man left behind. We're not leaving our tech guy behind. we're going big places and littler bodies. Hey, from Fort Worth. Howdy. Nice to see Amy. I too will have lots of skin after losing, but I cannot have surgery to remove it. Makes me sad, and I have lots of mixed feelings about it. How come you can't have surgery? Is it just financial, or is it something else? Lindy is so sweet. Absolutely. She completely deserves it for sure. Is it necessary to count calories on carnivore? Do you include anything in diet other than meat? This is my first time finding you guys. So no, it's not necessary to count calories. In fact, it's even discouraged at first. And so yeah, in the big picture, calories matter, because if you eat a bunch of anything consistently, you'll gain a little bit of weight. But that's a real overhead view. The reality of it is that on carnivore, while you're eating lots of meat, your body heals and your hormones heal and your signaling hormones heal. So you generally gain back appetite control, and you generally gain back your appetite signaling. And so you don't need to restrict. Now, there's some people in short periods of time, one of the last things that heals up in their hormones is for some people is leptin response, which is your satiation hormone. And so sometimes on very rare occasions that can be a little bit of an issue, and then it's kind of good to track how much protein that you're getting and how much fat that you're getting. But those are in fairly rare occasions, and I believe that they'll heal. I know a couple people right now that are going through that, but for the vast majority of people, it's not overeating that's the problem on carnivore, it's undereating. So I was stalled out, for, if you don't know our stories, me and Michael and Lindy all started over 700 pounds. Lindy's lost over 520 some pounds. I've lost over 310 pounds. Michael's lost like 150 some pounds. And we were all under eating, believe it or not, which is why we are all part of the SBG gang now, which is Steak and Butter Gang. We do not get paid to be there. We donate our time there because changed our lives, really helped a lot on the carnivore, but it teaches you how to prime, which is basically just a fancy word with a very good program to show you how to do it. But it's a fancy word for eating and nourishing your body to heal your body, and not paying attention to restricting at all, and letting your hormones, your body, your white tissue, your mitochondria, your gut microbiome, your mouth microbiome, your immune system, everything heal. Your hormones, your brain chemistry, let everything heal. Give it the building blocks it needs to heal. And then your body will take care of the weight on its own, and it'll start bringing everything back down. And that's what it did for me. I'm 23 months into it. I haven't eaten anything but beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. For the most part, I've had a few pickled jalapenos and some vinegar here and there and some hot sauces. But other than that, that's all that I've eaten in 23 months. The only thing I've drank is water and sparkling water, completely free from all cravings. And that's the short of it. But to give you some help, though, right off the bat, get into a good community. And I highly recommend the Steak and Butter Gang. Me and Michael are in there. You can catch me in the Chew on the weekends. I do a call there on the weekends. And it's just, you got to be in a good community, because you're going to have
Lindy's
so
there
many.
as well.
Yep, Lindy's there.
And that's what helped Lindy get to where she is today.
Yeah, lose 500 plus pounds. So, and now you see she's out there rocking it in the zoo with all of her friends, Bella.
And all that.
Yeah. So, but I'm so glad you found us, and definitely hope you guys will see you in the community. So, and the reason why we do that now is I've tried to help people for quite a while now outside of a community. And the problem is we can only talk maybe an hour a week outside of the community, because we have commitments and stuff. And then you have to kind of face the world that's going to tell you that eating meat and things are bad and cholesterol's bad and all this nonsense. And then it's really hard to stay on the diet. But if you're in a community where you can spend several hours a week there and see hundreds of other people that have done it, that have lost the weight, that have gotten healthy, that have went through the process of gaining some weight and then losing the weight, gaining good weight, composition changes, understanding these terms, then people are successful. It's really hard to do just an hour a week, and then the other, 167 hours a week, you're fighting a big propaganda machine that's trying to feed you sugar. It's really hard to do outside of a good community of support. That was hair braids at first, right? That's funny. I know exactly what she's talking about. It'll be an inside joke if nobody else does. I'd have to go get in the car and lock the door. Yeah, for sure. I am with you on that. We're back. I forget that we're back at the snake thing. So maybe it wasn't the same thing. How do y'all just came from Todd's live? Oh, he popped over from our channel. We're kind of doing the speed round because during the stuff I got a little bit behind. Donations added to GoFundMe. Good job on doing this, Todd Michael. Thank you so much, Carnivore Odyssey.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
We appreciate you so much. And it's this, yeah, I'm so excited. Well, we got 2 months and we're going to get to see the results, a little over 2 months. And we'll get to see the results of this. It's going to be, it's going to be incredible. No, the other side of Australia, 4,285 kilometers or 2,663 miles from Melbourne. Dang it. Well, but you did have the meat station. So that might be
worth it, right?
Yeah, running the calculations, but my gut's saying that's not too far. Cindy Bardock, I found when I stepped on the smart scale, I was very low in protein, fat, and I had a lot of, I don't think my body wanted to let go of fat since it had been starving. Yeah, absolutely. You've got to put your body in a safe spot. You're trying to tell your body primarily that your environment's changed and you're no longer in a famine and that meat and healthy food is plentiful. So first you got to get satiated. You got to get nourished. You got to get it all in. Then you have to do it for a long enough period of time that your body finally figures out that you're in a different environment now. And that the nourishing meat and amino acids and fat and nutrients you need is not scarce. Then your body will be okay with dumping the weight. But also it has to take that. So you're going to go through a lot of things. You're going to go through some spells where you're tired and your body wants to heal because now you gave it the building blocks and it wants to knock you out. So you can go into a REM sleep and it can repair.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people freak out because they're like, I don't know, this diet's making me so tired. It's like, it's because you finally, let it, give it what it wants. Go give it some good sleep. But pay attention because that's when the healing happens, is when you eat a lot, you get nourished, you stay, but you got to be real strict and you got to be real honest with yourself. If you're eating a bunch of cheese and dirty carnivore pork rinds and seasonings and processed carnivore meats that have a bunch of junk in them, a bunch of dairy, if you're doing that and you're getting tired, it's not the same thing. But if you're doing it right and you're eating a good balanced macro of protein and fat, and it's a good clean whole food protein and fat, and you're getting that in, and you're paying attention and you're getting your water into, and you're doing the right things, and you're eating enough, like really trying hard to eat enough, you're going to get to a point where your body's going to take those materials and it's going to go to work, and you're going to get tired. And then you go, oh, see, this isn't working because it's making me sleepy. It's like, no, your body's just healing. So that's another reason it's so important to be in a community, so that you understand these cycles, because not everything that feels negative at the time is actually negative. It's a process of healing and oxalate dumping and detoxing. There's a lot to it, but it's amazing how it works. I bought 3 of the rib roasts so far. 1 I made into a carnivore crisp, and I am addicted. That sounds delicious. Carnivore crisps are delicious for sure. Yeah, I would buy them all too. I would get a loan. I'd pull a second mortgage on the house. I'd back the horse trailer up. Fill it up. I got a rib roast at Aldi for $7.99 a pound, limit 1. Well, how many coats do you have? Different shirts, wigs.
Right.
That's how that works. You got to go to a lot of. Don't they have the self checkouts in Aldi's? Like you just do a whole bunch of transactions. Have hand raised kangaroos. Oh, it's a duck. That's what's walking around them. Oh, that's a duck. Oh, that's awesome. You have hand raised kangaroos? Well, that's another reason I got to come there. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna have to have a summer home now. And
Now we got our connection for kangaroos, Tom.
yeah, we get to pet
Steak
kangaroos and eat
yeah, and
steak.
steak station. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do not want to get those turned around either. I do not want to eat kangaroo and pet bulls. That would be disappointing. I love that the GoFundMe is being done for Lindy. I can't wait to see after pictures. Yeah, exactly, John. I mean, it's going to be, I can't wait to. It's going to be awesome. Kiwi birds are native to New Zealand that look like a duck. Okay. That's awesome. I was wondering what those, but I guess those aren't I think those are just ducks. I agree with being too strict is a perception difference. I was there not too long ago and I was in dire straits. Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's like we got to lean into this and understand that it's not, this is our freedom, you know, and it's just because we get stuck on this idea that because sugar becomes in so many different colors and marketed boxes of junk, that because it comes in all these products, you can get it in bread and Pop-Tarts and cookies and candies,
everything.
Yeah,
meat.
I mean,
they even put it in meat,
right? And so, but because they put it in so many different shapes, sizes, colors, textures, smells, and all these things, people think
they label it differently. Yeah,
yeah, they think that they get all these different options, and it's like, no, it's all just sugar. I mean, once you realize that our taste buds, the only reason why our taste buds like the sweet stuff is because it gives us an endorphin fix because it's a drug, right? And so it's making our brain happy. It's making our body sick, but it's making our brain happy when we eat it. And so our taste buds go, ooh, I like that because I want more of that. Your taste buds are a targeting system for the things that your body's getting something out of for some reason that it's wanting. And the sugar is a drug that's, ticking off your endorphins, and it's wanting to trigger that part of your brain, that pleasure center of your brain. And so your taste buds like it. But if you starve your taste buds and you give it meat and fat, after you've finally satiated yourself with meat and fat and your hormones get balanced and your brain chemistry is good, then your brain starts realizing and equating the meat and the fat with nutrition and energy and health and nourishment. Then you start craving meat and fat instead of the sugar. And then, so you can reprogram your taste buds and reprogram your habits to like those things and target those things purposely. So the idea that because sugar comes in, 100,000 different boxes and brands and colors and flavors and sizes, that it's still just sugar. That's all it is. It's still just sugar and carbohydrates, processed, carbohydrates. And if you just get free from that drug and you go over and you reprogram your taste buds to meat and fat, then you're free and it's not restricting at all, but it takes time, and then you'll be consistent, You're welcome, Michael. Need to stick together. Absolutely we do, Tim.
That was in reference to your picture, Todd, that I pulled up.
All right, I take that all back, Tim. Go sit in the corner, Michael, and think about what you just did. Jerk. They have great and very individual personalities. Michael, my daughter, is a wildlife ranger, so we've been lucky enough to hand raise some orphan roo babies. Oh, that's awesome. Man, I want to pet one. I want to put it in my luggage. I want to bring it home and I want to show it to my dog and see what she thinks. She's going to be like, what did you do? Because she already got mad when she had to live with a couple of cats. She was like, what is this absolute abomination? So she would freak out if there's kangaroo. We all have the animals so far, but the koalas hang out with us around the station as wild animals while we eat our beef. Camel station. Life is the best. That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, I will see you there. We will be there next year, 2025. I belong to the Steak and Butter Gang. I highly recommend it. It's helped me a lot. That's awesome. Oh, hey, LaDonna. Yeah, it's so handy. It is so handy. Kangaroos have longer legs. Okay, so roos have longer legs than, what was the other word of the other thing? I forget what Charlie said. Reminder, tap the like button. Thank you so much, Tim. Always appreciate you. No self-checkout at Aldi's. Well, they need to get one so you can abuse the one ribeye run rib roast per person. GoFundMe is at $47.60 now. That's awesome. That's great news. We will get it there for sure. We just got to keep pushing. Just keep sharing it out to anybody that you know that has a social media that might want to help Lindy, because I can't wait to see it get there. Evidence has proven the conventional thinking on food is the result of people being subjected to a long, ongoing lie. Meat and fat are good for humans. The truth is coming out now more and more. Absolutely, Charlie, Marilyn. For sure, we're seeing it, and we're all getting to be part of the grassroots movement, and it's very encouraging, in my opinion.
Yep.
Are both GoFundMe amounts I don't know what that means. Are both GoFundMe amounts in AUD?
She's asking if the amount that you enter it's an AUD when you enter it.
Yeah,
and
it is.
The conversion rate is for every US dollar, it's $1.53 in Australian.
Yep. Yeah. So if like I found this out when I did 1,000, it was actually $653 or something. So don't tell anybody. Don't tell Lindy, but I'm going to top it off.
They can hear.
I mean, hey Scott.
He's waving.
Hey guys, you've heard of the Tasmanian devil?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's see if I can turn this around. Here we go.
Ah, he looks like a rat bear pig.
Yeah.
He looks like a rat bear boar. Rat bear boar. That's cool though.
Yes.
Is he gonna spin around and talk funny?
A little bear. They had their campsite.
I think he's just having too hard a day to do that, so we'll keep going. So,
that's awesome.
So I'm walking towards the. Hang on, let me zoom out a bit.
So it looks like the alligator pit or the crocodile.
This is where all the ducks and everything else hang out.
What else is in there, Scott? I thought you were going to some crocodiles or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
No, I put them to sleep earlier. So I'll go around. I think they're actually at the might be near the eagle enclosure. So
what's the temperature there today?
It's very muggy. Yes, very muggy. I don't know what temperature it is, but it's very humid. So I'll give you a wave when I'm ready to come back to you.
All right, thanks, Scott.
All right, thanks, Scott. 63 in Melbourne right now.
Wow, I think that's actually pretty warm, isn't it?
No, that's Fahrenheit.
Oh, Fahrenheit. Okay. I thought.
Thanks, Scott.
Thought if it was Celsius, they would be boiling.
Oh yeah,
right that's true. Oh, thank you so much, Carnivore Candy. Candy, I sure appreciate it. We're getting there, and it's I don't know, it's just exciting, especially for me and Michael. This is the first time we've been able to do anything like this with our channel, so it's pretty exciting to see something like that happening. So, thank you so very much. Hey guys, I'm listening. Yesterday was great. Great surprise for Lindy. She's the best. Do you have fear of missing out, Todd? No, I'm going to be there next year for sure. For sure. I was close to going this year, but
Show them the bird.
What do you got, Scott?
It's eagle time. Where is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's right up there.
Oh, that's awesome. You guys have, so that's not a bald eagle, right? It's a different kind of eagle.
It's a wedge-tailed
Wedge-
swan.
That's awesome.
That thing looks like a dinosaur.
That's way cool.
Come down and say hello, you anti-social links.
Because you're here.
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome.
Trying to get a better angle for you. I think there's only the two of them.
Yeah. These were injured, so they've been rescued, so they can't be let back out into the wild. Yeah.
All right, that's it.
All right.
I'll let you know when we're coming back.
Thanks so much, Scott.
Okay, ciao.
Take care, Scott.
But yeah, I wasn't having fear of missing out until I saw Lindy smoked prime rib roast, and then I did for sure.
Speaking of that, here I got the I got the video from it. Oh, it's this way. I'm sorry, guys.
I hope you're hungry.
Look at that.
Tilt your head.
That looks delicious. Did you have the picture of that too?
I will check. Give me 1 second.
No worries.
I don't know if they sent me a picture. They sent me the video. I don't know. I was surprised it came through that way.
Here, she might have sent it to me. Hold on. I know I have a picture somewhere.
Yeah, she knew I was fasting, so.
Oh yeah.
Like, torture me like you.
Yeah, I would have definitely just tortured you. Where did it go? Oh no, I was actually on when I saw it. It was live. That's where it was.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I don't have it. Oh, but I think it was in the SBG chat though. Hold on.
Let me look and see if it's in there.
I could be wrong. There's so many meat pictures around here. No,
that's the video that I played from.
Yep, the only one was. Never mind. The only one that was live.
It looked great.
Fantastic. She did a killer job with it for sure.
I told her I'm willing to try it to judge.
For sure. We'd have a big fence around for crocodiles and guns. Lots of guns. There'd be a lot of crocodile boots at my house. That's for sure. That is crazy. I don't know how you guys let them suckers live. That's crazy. They don't look like the ones on Bugs Bunny. I was shocked when I saw a picture of the real one. Right? They're so cool looking though, but don't they look like part rat, part like bear, part like bear cub, and like part wild boar? That's what they look like to me, like a rat bear pig. Remember wasn't there like a meme or something back in the day called Man Bear Pig? Remember?
I think so. Wasn't it also a cartoon or something?
I think it was a cartoon or something. Man Bear Pig or something like that. That looks like a rat bear pig. I watch Sky New from Australia all the time. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it absolutely. She knocked that one out of the park. It looks delicious. Smoked prime rib is now my favorite thing ever. Best way to eat beef or camel is now cooked in hot coals and river sand. So I've never tried that, but I'm not against it. Sounds delicious.
He's got to put it on his list, yeah.
Definitely gonna have to try it. South Park, that's where it was, Ryan. Thank you. Ryan knows where Man Bear Pig came from. South Park, that's correct. That's awesome. Yeah, well, that's what they must stole that from Tasmanian Devil, Rat Bear Pig, for sure. Man, I did too much rapid fire. I got up. You guys seem to talk more now. I thought we were so far behind. I didn't realize we weren't that behind at all. Well, that's awesome.
Put this up there. I don't think we covered this yet.
Hi, all from Nashville. Day 55 on carnivore and going strong. Almost 2 months down. I'm surprised how fast the days are flying by. Yeah, we did get to this having ribeye grilled shrimp for Thanksgiving. Yeah, but absolutely, that's just the thing, isn't it? Like on calorie restrictive diets, every day feels like an eternity. But on carnivore, yes, it can get boring at first, and while you're fixing all your hormones and reprogramming your taste buds and getting your body being used to being fat adapted and being a fat burner. But not being hungry does make the days fly by, doesn't it? And feeling better, having more energy, more mental clarity, more carnivore calm, more peace absolutely makes the days fly by. That's such a good point. Let's see.
We show Anna's about the wedge-tail eagles.
No, we didn't see this one. We have wedge-tail eagles. The wingspan can be wider than a car's windscreen. Wow. That's awesome. They look beautiful. Close enough to a bear cub that I would adopt one. Not sure how well my dog likes these adoptions, right? That looks a little bit difficult to sell on the dog for sure. I watch South Park all the time with my grandson. It is so awful. Right? It is a guilty pleasure for sure. It's a little bit crude for sure. All right. Is Scott coming back on? Let's see.
No.
Oh, no, not
He's
yet.
shaking his head no.
No, are you sure? You don't want to say hi to the people, Scott?
You want to come on, Scott, and tell us how proud you are, Lindy? Oh, you're on, so you don't have a choice.
That was rhetorical.
You're breaking up, bud.
I can't go. Yeah, I can't go in there because if I kept on getting disconnected. So,
Oh.
No
I
problem.
don't know if you can hear me now.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Go and that way too far, then you shall not return type thing. So I lose you. So
okay.
But let me just yeah. Where do I start with my Bella? Yeah, as you've heard countless times from her, she was really on death's door. She had pretty much given up on life, and every morning she was hoping that she wouldn't wake up. So when it gets to that point, I didn't know any of what she said about that. She worried me, even though I was already praying. And but yeah, she heard about carnivore and thought, well, geez, it can't be what I'm going through at the moment. So yeah, she got on it, and if there are any doubters out there who say it's not possible to lose that weight in that short of time, you're looking at someone who witnessed it firsthand. I lift my constantly, just somewhere.
You're breaking up a little bit, Scott.
Yeah, I'll go out this way more because we have got world-class internet in Australia, as you know. Yeah. How's that? Am I better?
You're better now. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, so what was the last thing I heard? Last thing you heard me say?
I don't know, Todd, you got something?
What's that? I didn't hear you.
What was the last thing we heard?
What was the last?
Well, the last thing I heard you say was that when you get to that point when you're not wanting to get up in the morning.
Yeah. So I had not heard of carnivore before, so she decided to give it a go. And for those who are doubters of, the fact that she lost so much weight in so short a time, you're looking at the person who witnessed it firsthand. And yeah, it was incredible. We've talked about it for years. we both wanted a better life, both wanted to get out more, but it was a matter of actually doing it. And she, being from a Italian background, obviously those guys just love their food. But carnivore, as Lindy said, carnivore gave her the off switch, which she was crying out for. And no other lifestyle in terms of food, no diet, no whatever you want to call it, nothing other than carnivore worked for her. And I'm sure thousands out there will testify to that. There's nothing out there that is able to satisfy your hunger and, like carnivore. And I've experienced it myself as well.
Right.
I
amazing, yeah.
experienced it myself as well. So I can testify to that, and you guys as well. I mean, how many people have we seen whose lives have been turned upside down by carnivore? And you see that, what people thought was not going to be able to happen again, get out and about and enjoy time with their family, actually doing stuff. They thought they wouldn't be able to, they thought they wouldn't be able to do that again. And carnivore has basically given them a second lease on life, a second opportunity to do that. And if you ask most people, they're not missing what they were doing once. They're not missing out on the crap. Oh, hang on. Sorry, guys. Someone's calling me. I'm just seeing who it is.
No worries.
I'll be back in a sec.
No
All
worries.
right, take care, Scott.
That's awesome. All right, we'll catch up on some questions again. Oh, wrong button. Sorry, that was to somebody else. I'll start my first day priming in December. Did you say that when priming will get tired and will sleep more? And is that the body wanting to go into sleep mode so that it can work on healing?
Yep.
Yes. Now, when that's going to happen, don't know. So to be completely transparent, I tried doing carnivore on my own for 9 months. I mean, I stuck to it, but I underate and I tanked my metabolism. So, and then I was about probably 2 months into carnivore or into priming. So that was about 11 months into carnivore overall, 2 months into priming. I thought it wasn't working because my appetite opened up, but now I was getting tired. And so I thought, well, this is bad because I was gaining weight. I was getting tired. And so I started to doubt it because now all of a sudden, instead of sleeping, well, at the time I was sleeping 4 or 5 hours a night. Now I wanted to sleep like 11 hours a night. I was like, what in the crap is going on? Why am I so tired? And so I thought, well, this is bad. My body's not liking this because it's so tired. Well, I was an idiot because I would sleep for 11 hours. I would wake up and I would see composition changes. I would see inflammation come off. I would see lymphedema swelling come out of my legs. Like I would wake up different. And I would just woke up and I was leaner and there was fluid that had moved out of my body during that sleep. And what I finally realized is that when your body all of a sudden gets ravenous for food, not junk food, not like a addictive craving for garbage, but when your diet is clean and you're not having those carb cravings, but all of a sudden your body gets ravenous for meat and eggs, right? Not even like dairy, but like meat specifically and maybe some eggs. When your body gets ravenous for that, and you're feeding it a bunch of that, and then it gets tired, your body's wanting to heal. Your body's wanting to fix some stuff, and it needs the nutrients, and then it also needs a break so that it can go put it to work, and it can go repair your body, because we all know that our body heals things at night when we sleep in our REM sleep. Well, it's been doing its best to heal what it can with what it's got to work with. But when you give it a bunch of raw building materials and you give it a bunch of energy and a bunch of amino acids and proteins and collagens and, all this stuff to work with, it wants to knock you out, and it'll go do some amazing things when you sleep. And so you really, during that time, and then once I talked to, Bella went through that. So many carnivores go through this, but it's just our old brain thinks that sleep is a bad thing. Like if your body's tired, all that must mean you're sick. So that must mean the new diet is making you sick. And it's like, that's not we get tired when we are sick because our body wants to heal. We don't get tired because we are sick. We get tired when we are sick because our body wants to knock us out to heal us. So we have been sick from all the damage that we've done all this time. The only difference is when we give our body the nutrients to heal, it finally has the building blocks that it finally sends the command to knock you out so that it can heal, right? So when you get a fever or something, or an infection, or a virus, it knocks you out, makes you tired, knocks you out, so that it can try to kill the virus, so that it can try to heal you. But that doesn't happen with the damage we have right now until we get to a place where our body actually has something that it can heal and that it can work with, and that it can go, take these building blocks and nutrients. So when you finally start getting them, you'll go through some periods that your body makes you sleep so that it can work on them. But it's not that the diet's making you sick. It's that you had damage that your body's finally able to heal. And so it needs you to slow down, and it needs to go to work on you. So that for me has been one of the biggest things that I've learned too. Father-in-law stationed in India during World War II said that they had a camel often to eat. The more you chewed, the bigger it got. Wasn't a favorite of servicemen. That's funny. That's funny. Guess I'd fill you up, and you start with one. It's like the 7 loaves or 7. What was it? 7 fish and 2 loaves or whatever. That's funny. Nice to finally meet Scott. We love your wife. Mate, she is changing people's lives. She gave me hope when I had none. Absolutely, Anna. She gave me and Michael hope for sure.
Yeah, she sure did.
She's been doing this a year longer than I have, and she was definitely my window to the future and Michael's window to the future. I can attest to that. Groundhog fills you more with time than you eat it. Yeah. So never be comfortably stuffed on groundhog. You'll think you're dying 2 hours later. That's funny. Oh, that's way funny. It's like the birds eating. What were they feeding birds that would make them blow up? What was it? Rice. When they feed the birds rice, the birds were exploding when they're tossing rice at weddings. He needs a Starlink. He does need a Starlink. I know what we're getting him for Christmas.
Yep. It is.
Yes, absolutely. So awesome. I mean, yeah. And I mean, look what's happening right now. Bella is literally in Lindy's house and in her backyard. And Max, yep, there they are at Catherine's. That's Bella's daughter's.
No, that's Lindy's daughter.
Or Lindy's daughter. Sorry, my brain's not working today. Lindy's daughter's flower shop, Catherine. Yep. So that's awesome. I mean, this is a real community, right? That's what people don't. I mean, there's so many people that have made really good friends, and I mean, they're all the way in Australia right now with Lindy. I mean, it's fantastic. That much sleep, I'd go broke working while I watch. Oh, I hear you. But this is the thing. I mean, we say that all the time. Like, you have to change your mind, but you'll get it back in other places, right? So the sleep, the eating, all this stuff, when you eat more expensive meat, you stop snacking, you stop having sugar, and you stop having, for me, nicotine and energy drinks and all that stuff. Yeah. You stop having sick days. Think of all the sick days you've had to take off for work, and what if you replace those with a little extra sleep time and you don't get sick anymore? Think about if your brain works better, how much more efficient you'll be, and how much, you'll be able to work more, be more efficient, be more productive, make more money, get more pay raises, whatever. I mean, that's the reality of what really happens. You become a better functioning human being, firing at a higher level with more focus. Yeah, that stuff pays you back in spades for sure, but it's an investment up front for sure. Noticeable healing happens when I sleep. Sleeping during 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. window is important to my healing. Absolutely, it is, Tim. For sure. For sure. Having a lot of gallbladder attacks, even when less fat, is this typical on carnivore? Any suggestions? I use apple cider vinegar when this happens. Not sure how it affects the carnivore diet. Okay, first of all, I don't think apple cider vinegar affects the carnivore diet at all. And the reason why I believe that is because we found out that apple cider vinegar is a short chain fatty acid. Now, it is the shortest of short chain fatty acids, as we would find out. In fact, if it had one less molecule, it wouldn't be a chain at all, because it only has 2 carbon molecules in it. So it is the shortest of short chain fatty acids, but still it's a fatty acid nonetheless. And so I haven't seen it have big problems. In fact, it helped my digestion. Now, as far as the gallbladder attacks go, I just had kidney stones, and I heard that the same thing applies for gallbladder attacks. And so basically what happens is, we, from our standard diet and from eating a low-fat diet for a long time, we got a gallbladder stone, a big one. And then as you're doing carnivore starts to cause your gallbladder to produce more fat and bile, or more bile to as you eat more fat in carnivore, your gallbladder produces more bile. When your gallbladder starts running again and producing more bile, it starts eating away at that big gallstone that's in your gallbladder. And when it gets small enough and breaks it up, it starts to hurt. That's when you start to feel it, because you start to pass them, And so that's what you're feeling. And I just had 3 kidney stones last week, and it was about the absolute worst thing that I've ever done. So I feel your pain, but it wasn't anything that I was doing now, other than this is part of the detox process, right? This is one of those things that, and I'm not an expert on gallstones, so I would check out Ken Berry's videos on gallstones, but he's the one that I first heard talk about what's happening with this and these bigger gallstones breaking down. But I can tell you that it's just one of the unpleasant parts of detoxing, right? We have oxalate dumping, we have detoxing. So oxalate dumping causes like flu symptoms, sometimes causes skin rashes, causes itching, causes little oxalate crystals come out of your pores. It can cause like goopy eyes. It can cause a little bit of sinus stuff occasionally, some itchy ears. It can cause weird things to happen when your body has to push out all these oxalate toxins that are stored in our fat cells when it's finally healthy enough to do it. It also, one of the things that it detoxes is like breaks down our gallstone and our kidney stones. And it's a bridge we got to cross. It's something we had already done to ourselves, and our body's trying to fix it. So, but definitely check into Ken Berry's video on gallstones. So. All right. Oh, I caught up. I thought I had 2 more, but there we go.
Yeah, there's a few more down
there. There we go. My computer's being a little glitchy today for some reason. I think I got too many windows open.
Yeah, probably. There's a restart button on those that restart them every once in a while.
Yeah, I haven't done that since the last
6
election, the 2020 election. I work every day. Period. Laughing out loud. I am single. I hear you. I know, and it's great to work. And that's good. And I totally get it. But you got to have time to sleep, because you will be more productive if, with a healthy body and a healthy mind, you'll be more productive in the long run. Work smarter, not harder. One of those things. You know what I mean? But I get you. And work hard, especially if you're young. Apple cider vinegar is great for relieving acid reflux. I use it for that. Reflux occurs when we don't have enough stomach acid. The vinegar raises it up and stops the reflux. That's awesome. I've heard that too. I spent $15 a day on just snacks. Did not include actual meals. So yes, carnivore is cheaper. 100%. 100%. I'm ashamed to tell you what my daily regimen of nonsense was when I was eating. It wasn't all that much food. It was all bullcrap. It was sodas, and it was all drinks. Almost all of it was drinks. Every morning, I would go to the coffee shop, and I would get 2 iced coffees, or 2, they call them, can't remember what they're called now. They're basically energy drinks. So I'd always get 2 iced coffees or 2 iced energy drinks, or depending on what I was in the mood for. But their energy drinks would basically be like sparkling water with like a huckleberry syrup that they'd dump in it, and then they'd toss a Red Bull in there, and they'd be like 20-ounce Red Bulls with sparkling water and huckleberry syrup. I would get 2 of those, and they were like $6 a piece. I would get 2 of those, and then because I was healthy, I would get 2 of those Kind bars, and with tip, it was $20 every morning. Just every morning, I was spending $20 right out the rip, and that would get me going. But then that wasn't done yet, because then I would stop by and I would get 2 cans of Copenhagen Long Cut at $6 a piece. So I'd spend $12 on Copenhagen Long Cut, and I would get 2 more Rock Stars or Monster energy drinks and 2 20-ounce bottles of soda of some sort. And so I would usually end up spending right around $25 at the gas station in the morning. So before I got to work, I'd spent $45 on drinks and nonsense, all sugar, caffeinated bullcrap drinks in Copenhagen. And that would get me usually until the end of the day. Now, sometimes I would be hungry because Lord knows I didn't get enough sugar in me. So sometimes I would DoorDash to the office at noon, and I would get like Jersey Mike's or something. And I'd spend, with a DoorDash delivery fee, it would be like $30-$40 every time. So the day I was at like $85 already, and I hadn't eaten dinner yet. Then I'd have some sodas. Sometimes I would get tired of spending that money, so I would do an Instacart order to the shop, because we had a refrigerator in there, and I'd fill it up with energy drinks and sodas and crap at the shop, and teas at the shop. But then when I get off work, I would usually go, well, I'm going to drive into town, and I would get usually a Little Caesars because it was cheap or something, because I'd already spent so much money. So I get a $5 hot and ready, and I would get like a $3.25 or $3.50 crazy bread combo. And then I might get, they sometimes have cheesy bread there or something. I get 2 more sodas. And that's what I was doing every day and I spent $100, $105 a day. Easy, And now, yeah, sometimes with meat and everything. And that was just on that stuff. And that didn't include like the weekends when I would really go all out and like order something nice, like Old Chicago or something, and spend $100 on one meal or something. Yeah, it was stupid. And then, you'd have snacks and crap at home, Doritos, whatever, ice cream in the freezer, just stupid crap like that. But most of my calories all came. Most of the time I didn't eat lunch. I'd just eat dinner. I'd skip the lunch. But still, it was like $3,000 a month on junk. And I went from that to now I spend probably $2,000, $1,500 to $2,000 a month, but it's because I eat when I'm priming. When I'm fasting, it's half of that. It's like $1,000 or $700. And so it probably averages out to $1,500 a month. And the only reason why some of that is because I pretty much just eat ribeye and New York steaks off of the Primal Cuts from Costco. And I drink a whole bunch of Topo Chico. But what I'm saying is, even at that, even spending that right off the rip now, I'm saving like $450 a month on prescription medicines that I don't buy anymore. So I'm not buying those. Also, I'm not drinking any energy drinks, any of the other bull crap, any snacks. I don't ever go out. I save money on gas because I don't go to the store and go to town every day. So I spend probably $200 a month less on gas for my car. I don't buy Pepto-Bismol, Rolaids, antacids, aspirin, Advil, Tylenol. I don't buy any of that crap. I do buy a little bit of Lugol's and a little bit of amino acids is the only supplements I take. And I'm never sick. So I never miss work. I never have to buy a bunch of sick stuff or any of that stuff. So in the long run, it saved me really probably $2,000 a month to go carnivore. And I know that I was eating terrible and doing stupid things, but that's the honest truth of it. I quit Copenhagen too, and that wasn't even part of it. I wasn't even ever going to do that, and I quit Copenhagen. That saved me $12 a day over a year ago. Good time, aka heal time for me. Thank you so much, Michael Todd. Awesome to see you. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Tim.
Right, Tim.
Appreciate you so much.
Yeah, we do. We appreciate all you guys. You guys know that.
for sure. I had my gallbladder out in 2003. Haven't had any problems afterwards. That's awesome. That is awesome. To know that is an option if it gets bad enough. Lindy does all this good and is selfishly helping a family member overcome some distress, helping others in itself is a wonderful character trait. She deserves a blessing. Absolutely, she does. Thank you so much, Charlie. Couldn't have said it better. Is it healthy that I only have a bowel movement every 3 days, and is it not much? And it's not much each time. Absolutely, James. It's the healthiest, right? That's pretty much every carnivore story, and the reason why is because you're eating something that is
the body's actually using.
Yeah, that is perfect for your body, that your body's absorbing, so you don't have a bunch of waste. You know what comes out the tailpipe is waste. It's stuff that our body didn't want. It rejected. It said, "I don't want this." Right? When it doesn't come out the tailpipe, it's not because it's plugging your colon like they'd like you to believe. It's because it's the proper thing that our body was nutriently deficient in, that it needs, and it's the proper building blocks and fuel and materials to repair. And so our body's absorbing it. See, there's a protein absorption scale that they don't tell you about. They're like, oh, but no, tofu has so much protein in it. Broccoli has so much protein in it. Yeah, well, only like 3% of it's absorbed by the body. And I think the lowest, so I'm being a little hyperbolic, but on grain, I think is the lowest absorbing protein, which is 3%. So if you eat 100 grams of protein in grain, you're going to get 3 grams of protein that's absorbable and by your body. If you eat 100 grams of protein from red meat, your body's going to absorb 97 grams of it. So that's why there's hardly any waste. And like everything in red meat and animal fats, our body is using. There's a tiny little bit of waste left, which is why it's so good for gut health too. And why the whole fiber thing's a myth. I worked night shifts for 20 years. Now that I sleep nights, it's a game changer. I bet, B-Dog. I bet that would screw me up to be sleeping during the day. I'm almost 60 and will not get to ever retire. All right. So you're not young is what you're saying. But I'll tell you what, on carnivore, 60 is the new 40. So you just got back 20 years. You're aging backwards. You're going to be at 60 for a while. So you got an extra 20 years at 60. Save money early, retirement to enjoy your new healthy life. For sure. Well, and when if we can get people to do this when they're younger, man, they're going to be so much more efficient, firing on all cylinders, making money, saving money. My bank account has been growing since I started getting serious about carnivore. Absolutely, big man. 100%, John.
That's awesome.
Howdy from Rumble.
And John's another one too, with his story and how far he's come and the changes.
Yeah, everybody go check out Big Man Alaska, because I mean his transformation. John, how much are you down? It's like 100 and something odd pounds, 150 pounds or something. John's transformation's been crazy.
It is.
Y'all, I messed up last week and ate McDonald's. It made me so sick for 3 days. Definitely not worth it. B-Dog, we call that a life lesson. So we all know it. We've all been there. Like when I was in Texas in Austin, I decided to get one of those Flying Dutchmen because, well, we were in a hurry and I was hungry, and I'd heard Joe Rogan and stuff talk about doing the Flying Dutchman on the carnivore, because basically it's just a burger patty wrapped in a piece of lettuce. And I thought, and I was in a rental car and I didn't want to get my hands all greasy eating the burger patty. So I thought, I'll eat the lettuce because it's keeping my hands clean. And so I ate this lettuce. My knee swelled up for 3 days from that stupid lettuce. 3 days I limped around in Austin. I was waking up, couldn't sleep good at night. My knee was all swollen. Not worth it. Not worth it. But we're going to learn that lesson, or repeat the lesson anyhow until we learn it. 170 pounds. Yeah. Congratulations, big man. That's incredible. Yep. Incredible. And John, did anything else work? Have you ever seen anything else work? You know, like I've never seen anything else work. Oh, wow. Thank you, Big Man Alaska. We sure appreciate it. That is awesome. I appreciate it so much. That is so kind. We are going to be giving that to Lindy first.
I was just going to say, I know exactly where that's going.
Yep, 100% where that's going. Thank you so much, John. and I got a new air fryer. That's awesome. That's how you reinvest the money in your health right there, for sure. For sure. Man. Yeah, what a week it's been. And then John, put in the chat, what are you let's see. Return the favor, brother. Appreciate you passing it along. No worries, man. I sure appreciate it so much. John, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? What are your ideas for the audience for how to stay carnivore during Thanksgiving?
You wanna come up and talk a little bit, John?
Yeah, put out the link and you can hop on. We got an hour.
There you go. James had a NSV.
I had an NSV today. I removed the fast food and gas station Marts app for my cell phone. That's a huge one, John or James. No joke. That's a really big one because I know it's funny, right? But it was a big day when I deleted DoorDash and Uber Eats off my phone. It hurt. A little piece of me died inside.
Look at this guy.
There he is.
Where? I don't see anyone. Hold on a second. I'm a little unprepared for this. My battery is about to die too. So I got to plug it in.
No worries.
Look
at the difference in this guy.
I know. I don't even know who I'm talking to right now.
I'm working on my Santa bot. That's what my shirt says.
That's awesome.
Guys, I went out and I bought a whole bunch of clothes today. Because I've been filming in the same clothes for the last year and a half. I mean, my wife's gone out and bought me underwear at least 2 to 3 different times because she got tired of watching them just sag on me and get holes in them. So, which is understandable. Oh, that's what's going on there. Okay, I'm almost there.
No worries.
But, okay, I'm sorry. There, we're plugged in. What was your question?
What are you doing for Thanksgiving? What's how you staying carnivore Thanksgiving? What's your plans?
Well, my plans this year, since I've managed to be able to get over all my binge eating or the majority of my binge eating type situations, is to be a lot more relaxed. Like I talked about this in this week's update video, that I have like 0 social anxiety right now. I needed a babysitter to go to the store before. I mean, I seriously had to have at least one of my children, even my young kids, go with me to go to the store. I was a hot mess about a year ago. And now I'm just prepared for the whole holiday. I'm just looking forward to the kids, the excitement, whatever drama comes, because anytime you go to a family event, you're going to have drama. But it's just whatever happens, happens. And the one thing I did talk about in my video today was that, I know a lot of our followers, they're going to go off the rails. And this is perfectly normal. It's a holiday. As long as we just treat it as just that. It's a holiday. It's one day of the year. Just go off the rails a little bit, enjoy your time, come right back. Yep. If you have a problem getting back, we're right here. We're going to talk about it, and we'll try to get people back on track. Just like we do with each other, Todd and Michael. We've all gone off track. We've all gone off the rails from time to time. We just pull each other back, and we just make it work. And it does work, or else I wouldn't look like this anymore. I mean, I'd go backwards, and that's exactly where I was afraid of when I started this weight loss journey, and I actually started gaining some traction on YouTube. I was like, man, can I follow up with this? Is there a way for me to do that? And the carnivore diet literally saved my life, and saved my YouTube channel too, because I thought for sure I was gonna, I lost 100 pounds in 15 weeks, but seriously, so what if you can't follow up with that? I mean,
consistency, right? But that is the beauty of carnivore, is that it gives you that off switch. It gives you the tools to make it a life change and not a diet.
I mean, that right there was my saving grace of all the things that I found out and learned throughout this weight loss journey, is that I can overeat. I can be a glutton with meats and fats. I'm just going to stay the same weight. I'm not going to gain weight. I talk to all these health professionals and they argue with me all the time, telling me the only way you can lose weight is to be in a calorie deficit. And I call baloney.
For sure.
There's no way. I said, if I can eat 6,000 calories of fat for an entire meat and fat for an entire week, I don't gain a single pound, except for maybe some water weight here or there.
Look at this guy.
Oh, that guy's big. I don't.
Ain't it something?
I know.
That's a scary photo.
I know what you mean, John. Isn't it awesome?
Guys, I do squats at work when I'm I got to stand there and watch this big machine push metal into a truck and make sure it doesn't poke holes. But while I'm standing there, I'm doing squats. And I couldn't do that because my knees would hurt so much from all the swelling. And now I can do these little, I'm not doing full squats to the ground, but I can at least do something now.
Right.
That's a big deal. And there's so much more that we can do now that we couldn't do before.
Right. Did you notice how closer the ground got to you once you lost weight? Like remember, well, I don't know about you, but when I would drop something on the floor, that just meant that it was gone. I dropped it into the abyss. It might as well have gone in a black hole in space.
Yep.
Like, that's gone.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is bend over. Yep.
I used to use my children. I'd call them from the other room sometimes to pick something up. I mean, it was embarrassing. And that was part of my struggle when I first got started too, was just the basic reach down and pick stuff up. And that, I made a game out of it. I would take a sock and I'd just drop it on the floor and I'd pick it up in my hallway, here in my trailer home. And I just do that over and over again. But that was when I was under the mindset of eat less, move more baloney.
Right.
And that's all that was. It was just baloney. I mean, that's like a bologna and cheese sandwich with some crappy mayo on it. That wound up getting me injured at several different times until I just figured out the art of ketosis and autophagy, how to do basic fasting, what foods you can eat to eat and mimic a fast. That's one of the more powerful things. Right. Learning how to lose weight when you're sleeping was huge. I mean, it was you just rotate your one meal a day to breakfast and then you're losing weight if you don't eat again until breakfast tomorrow. It's a magical thing. And it's so super simple. And that's just what I try to share with people is the simplicity of weight loss.
Well, and that's what Jordan Peterson says all the time. He said, it's all the small things that you do repetitively in life that are going to change your life. So he's like, it's the mundane things you don't think about, the smallest of small changes that you have to do every day. We have to sleep every day. So by moving that one meal and creating a longer intermittent fast, no matter what, you're going to bed every day and that time is going to pass. And it's a repetitive thing. And people don't underestimate how just small adjustments consistently on the most repetitive things that we have to do every day make the biggest changes.
Yeah. And if you focus on anything for 1,000 hours, you're going to get better at it.
For sure.
And it's just the unions teach this way, when they're teaching operators, you're not even an operator until you have 1,000 hours in a piece of machinery, running a backhoe or a bulldozer. They don't even consider you an operator until at least after 1,000 hours. And then you're not even a good operator until 5,000 hours.
Right.
So, and if we took that mindset and we put it on ourselves, it really works. I mean, it works wonders. I mean, I'm right here.
Well,
that's
for
all
sure.
I've been doing.
And the thing is, John, you would be sitting right here, whether you put the 1,000 hours in or the 5,000 hours in or whatever you've done in this period of time, you'd be still sitting here. Right. You'd just be in a hell of a lot worse position.
Yes.
But the time was going to go by anyways, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally just took everything and started focusing on just that. I asking you guys questions, and I send you some of the most ridiculous messages from time to time. I'm like, hey, what about this or what about that? My current dilemma I've been dealing with is my hands being cold. Raynaud syndrome. Iodine solution is what I've been using. It's kind of working, I think. I've only been doing it for a couple of weeks since we talked. But in the meantime, before that, I was starting to add in 15 to maybe 20 grams of carbs. And that was helping a little bit, but it makes me feel like crap.
Right.
So it's still under the threshold of being in ketosis. So I could still potentially lose weight or at least maintain weight loss with some of the carbs. But I'm just trying to get through winters up here because my hands get like right now they're cold. My whole body is cold. And it's just part of being
big change.
Well,
Yeah,
you're 170 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
Well, you're 170 pounds lighter, and when you're doing a ketogenic type diet like the carnivore diet, your body's actually trying to slow itself down and cool itself down, so you're not losing more weight than it needs to right away, because it's trying to hold on to this. It's
Right.
not trying to get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know, unless I go out and exercise and overheat myself, then it will try to get rid of some of it. But it's literally just trying to hold on to what it's got.
Well, and it's a lot of that is because our bodies, we all have tried to do the nourishment restricting thing. We don't even understand that when we're on the SAD diet, eating all we wanted of the, nutriently deficient calorie, empty calorie, processed sugary foods, our body was looking for protein, amino acids, fat, collagen, minerals. It was looking for all these things, and we never got it. So as far as our body was concerned, we were always in a famine. We spent years and years and years in a famine because we weren't giving it what the nutrition it needed. And so when we're losing weight, 170 pounds is a human being. And you lost a human being. And if, our body knows that if it keeps losing body mass at that rate, you're not going to make it. You're going to freeze to death. You're going to die. And so our body needs time to catch up, and it needs time to just kind of normalize and regulate for a minute. And it has to see that everything's okay, that your new size of body, losing 170 pounds, that it's going to be okay in the environment that it's in, and that you're not going to have a famine. You're not going to have a terrible cold snap, and you're going to freeze to death in a winter. Our bodies really do look at fat as a survival protective mechanism. Dr. Kiltz is always saying this. He's like, our bodies like to be a little fat, like they do, because it's a protective mechanism, and so we really gotta let it be comfortable and convinced that we're in a healthy state before it's going to really release that, and it's sometimes it takes a while, and you're going to be cold. It's going to hold on to it, just like you're saying.
And here Hans says about Wim Hof. You tried Wim Hof, John?
I don't even know what that is.
You never tried the Wim Hof breathing?
Oh, it's awesome.
No.
I'll put the link in. We have the starter for the beginners. It really does help get the blood flowing.
It got me off oxygen, John, and it also it healed my neuropathy because it causes more capillary growth in your body and your deep tissue, so your body gets more oxygen and it gets better blood flow.
Yep.
And it's so easy. Like, I'm addicted to it. I do it every morning when I wake up. It only takes about 8 to 11 minutes.
I've never heard of it. But on the flip side, let's go back up a little bit. So I'm projecting what's going to happen in the next couple of months as far as my weight loss journey goes, because this is kind of how it went last year. Around this time, is I'm guessing I'm going to experience another weight loss stall all the way up through approximately, what was it, February? Or it was a while. It felt like 3 or 4 months the last time. But a lot of it has to do with the seasonal changes up here in Alaska. It's dark all winter long. So I'm guessing my body's just going to try and lock itself up for a period of time again. So I'm already mentally prepared for that to happen, because it crushed me. When I went through that part, my videos stunk. I had nothing great to talk about. I felt miserable because I was still around the same weight, but I wasn't losing anything. And that was the whole point of my videos when I started, was like, how do I do this? But now that I understand what happened and what I went through, I feel like I'm pretty well set up now to get through that.
And you're not alone with that. The same thing happened to me and Todd.
That was helpful. It was unfortunate for all of us, but it was helpful to see and hear about other people going through the same thing.
It's just the winter, because we're all in cold climates, and it's just the fall, winter. That's all that happens. I'm there right now. I was going great guns. I fasted 12 rolling 7-day fasts this year. Then my metabolism crashed. Now I've been repriming, and when I started fasting, when I got back from Texas, I lost like 71 or 73 pounds in like 58, 60 days.
It was so quick. I know.
Yeah. It was just coming off like crazy. And then I ended up losing like 93 pounds. I finally got into the 300s, which I was stoked about. But then on my 13 7-day fast I was trying, I only made it 6 days on that one. My metabolism tanked, And so I had to reprime. And now I've been repriming for the last 3 months because of the weather, because of the time of year. And I gained back 53 pounds. But here's the crazy part, John. I gained back 53 pounds, but I just lost another 2 pant sizes while I was doing it, because it's so absolutely mind-boggling to me that it's doing that to me, because I just bought pants when I dropped the first 71 pounds. Then I gained back. And so I just bought new pants, and now I'm sitting here 53 pounds heavier than overall, about 22 pounds heavier than when I bought the pants. And these pants are 2 sizes too big. They're flopping around on my legs, because the reason why when I was going through that repriming through this period, my body was putting me to sleep. And I stopped even craving eggs during this time. I've literally only eaten ribeye and New York steak for the last 90 days. That's it. Wow. And so when I was doing that, and some days I was eating 6 pounds of meat a day, and some days I was eating 3.5 and 4, but through this whole thing, and it turned it into muscle on my legs, and it ate away all the fat, or not all of it, but dang near all the fat on my thighs. It's crazy. It just ate it like nothing, put on muscle. And now I'm finally, so we're right there. This happens in the fall every time to us. And so we're starting to see this pattern, and it's going to be handy for us to remember that, so we can help other people in the future, that it really is just the fall season,
Cold.
Yeah, it's quite remarkable how the weight can stay the same, and your stomach gets smaller, your shirts get smaller. I mean, yeah, everything got smaller and nothing changed on the scale for a little while. I was just so blown away. And then, we all know we can't gain 10 pounds in a week of fat. That's not how that works. I mean, people see your weight go up, and I look at it now, I'm just like, okay, what did I eat wrong, or did I eat something wrong, or should I remove something simple to try to dial that in? And that's where I try to focus on a lot of the problem children that talk to me, is because they overcomplicate their foods.
Right.
Yes, they are eating a carnivore diet, but what are they adding on top of it? They got spices, they got this, they got that. Sometimes it's a sauce, sometimes it's a little bit of pepper. And like me and Todd, we both have a problem with pepper. I didn't know pepper was a problem until Todd brought it up and said black pepper is a problem. He's like, tried taking that out. I took it out, and it was like magic.
Crazy, isn't it?
So now the only spice I use is Redmond's real salt garlic salt. So if I start having an issue there, all I have to do is remove the garlic. And then, because you're not going to remove the salt, you're not going to remove the ribeye steak. Right. And that's the only equation I have in there to screw up anything right now, is the garlic, or if I eat something off scale out of the pantry. I mean, that's the only other thing to screw me up.
That's awesome, man. And then it's so good when you get, and because you're that strict now, but not by even choice, but by your body is just allowing you to be that strict, and it's not a big deal now, right? Like you're not forcing yourself. It's not like a huge struggle, is it?
Well, it came naturally.
Yeah.
So it came naturally after I went to Nome, and I started that, and I actually had time by myself, away from my family, away from my kitchen, so I could focus on just me. I was at work the entire time. I lived in an apartment with 2 other guys, and I could just go to the store. It was expensive. I mean, I still got it down to $25 a day for my carnivore meal, but I was only eating 1 ribeye a day in Nome, Alaska, and 3 eggs and 2 reindeer sausage. And I did that for an easy 30-day stretch up there, if not longer. And then when I came home, I just continued that the best I could. It was hard as soon as I got home. There are all these distractions here, with snack foods and just sometimes random stuff sitting on the table. It's just hard to keep your hands off of everything. And so I had a couple bad days when I got home, but then I got right back on track. And then I got my bill down in Anchorage down to closer to $15 a meal, which is not that expensive. And that's ribeye steak. That's ribeye steak every day of the week.
Yep. That's awesome. And you save it in so many other areas, I mean, it's just crazy.
Well, I mean, the mentality that we all preached it ourselves when we first started weight loss. Oh, I can't afford the carnivore diet. It's too expensive. But before that, way before the carnivore diet was even mentioned, oh, I can't afford to eat healthy because it costs too much. But back then we were thinking about vegetables.
Right.
And vegetables, yeah, it's a waste of money to me because if I buy vegetables here in Alaska, it's usually poor quality vegetables that are shipped up on a boat. They're usually frozen before they got here. So they flash freeze stuff and then they kind of thaw out on the trip. And then when they get here, they're just absolute trash.
Right.
And so once we get them into our fridge, they only last for a little while because as soon as they get exposed to like actual oxygen outside a container, they start rotting very quickly. So we were throwing away like crazy amounts of vegetables. So it was just a wasted investment buying what we thought were healthy vegetables because back then, that's all we were taught. Eat vegetables, eat fruits, make a salad. But we did that. I did that. Michael did that. Todd did that. We were miserable cows.
Yeah.
The whole time. We were hungry, miserable cows the entire time. We weren't full. We weren't satiated. We didn't feel like amazing like we do after we eat a ribeye steak.
Couldn't wait to our next meal. Yeah.
Right. And then we'd buy these salads and we'd eat this salad, but what would we do to the salad? We'd cover it in dressing. We'd put croutons on it. We'd put a whole bunch of nonsense in there, that wasn't even salad related. And if it was a really good salad that made us feel full, it had meat in it.
Right. Every day.
It had lots of meat in it.
Yep.
And a lot of cheese. Yeah.
A lot of cheese, a lot of seed oil dressings,
dressings,
based, and the funny thing is you don't even have to throw the vegetables away to be wasting your money on them, because the fact of the matter is also when you eat one of those salads, an hour and a half or 2 hours later, I was in the bathroom, turning my butt into a salad shooter, tossing that thing in the garbage. And it's because that was all waste product that our body wasn't using.
Yeah. And in my situation, I was gaining wonderful kidney situations where I had kidney stones and all kinds of other underlying issues because of the vegetables. I mean, the oxalates were killing me. And I thought I was doing a good job by eating a lot of kale, eating a lot of raw spinach, listening to my vegan friends, eating almonds. Wow.
I got to ask you, I just had my first kidney stones. How, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do those suck?
Kidney stones, they're about a 100 on a scale of 1 to 10. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anybody out there that likes piss and blood. That's not fun. No. I mean, they create little tears in the urethra, and they create a really horrific looking scene when you turn around if you're sitting down at the time, or if you're standing up, it's even scarier because you're like, stop this. You don't want to see it.
Right.
It's terrifying. It's also extremely, extremely painful. You don't want pain in that area.
No, and I'll tell you what John's not even telling you is that from the bladder through the urethra down the toilet, that's actually the least painful part of it. It's through the urinal tract from your kidney to your bladder that is way worse.
Sometimes the pain wouldn't come until after the stone passed. Because as it's passing, it's actually moving through the track, and then it's just creating all these little tiny tears all the way through. Not always a solid tear all the way through the tube, but once it comes out, then all of a sudden the pain starts. Then the urinary tract infections can become an issue. Not always, but they can. Then you got all kinds of problems. Then you're taking antibiotics. You're making more trips to the doctors. You're definitely not going to work that day.
Yeah,
you're losing money.
For sure. Yeah. My first one took 9.5 hours, and the dang thing, I don't know, the first 3 hours I was praying that it wouldn't kill me. And then after that, I was praying that it would just put me out of my misery. I was like, I don't want to feel this anymore. But yeah, man, those are not fun.
But the kidney stone remedy that we were using in the very beginning was apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar and lemon juice. That's basically the base of my electrolyte mix in the first place, because I was already using those two products, and they do have some health benefits. So a splash of apple cider vinegar juice, a little bit of lemon juice in a glass of water, about this size here. And then I put, 5 or 6 shakes of salt, and then 5 or 6 shakes of no salt for potassium. That makes my drink. And that was actually what got me started on that actual electrolyte mix anyways. So everything worked out, because just salt and water tastes like yuck to me.
Yeah.
So, and the potassium wasn't that much better. So having the apple cider vinegar, and then some people don't like the apple cider vinegar. So when you add the lemon juice, it does kind of neutralize both the salt, potassium, and the apple cider vinegar, and make it, more appetizing for at least a lot of my followers that actually tried it. There's some that actually do it every day too, and it works pretty good.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's do a rapid fire on some comments and questions so we can make sure we're not getting behind on those. Cindy says, John got a new air fryer. I have my old one because I had mixed that up earlier. Yeah, John texted me a picture. His new one that he got with the ceramic looks awesome. He's texted me the link.
Oh,
How do you like it?
One. That's nice.
Well, actually, it's not the one with the ceramic. It's right here behind me. It's the well, I don't know. I can't get the camera to do it.
I kind of see it.
But it's the Ninja Double Stack XL. That's the model that I have right here. And I like the link that you sent me. Let's see. Chris Cooks in Nashville sent me another link for 2 different air fryers. I checked them both out. I checked the one that you sent out. To be honest, Ninja wasn't even on my radar when I went to the store. I was looking at a Yeti. And I thought the Yeti was going to be the answer. But when I came across this double stack, which is just, it's the same as the Ninja side-by-side, 2 baskets side-by-side. But it's just, you flip it up. And living in a trailer home and limited counter space, it just, I fell in love with it. Plus, this model comes with the stainless steel racks. So I can set my food on stainless steel, not right on the Teflon plate. And so I have that option there too, which makes it really nice. And I don't have to flip it. I just put my steak in there. It sits right in the middle of the basket. It cooks evenly on both sides. It cooks a little darker on the top. I did one in the air fryer today on the live stream, and it came out so good. I cooked it for a few minutes longer than I normally would, but it was a top loin. And if you guys had top loin, you know that there's a lot of grizzly, almost unedible parts in a top loin.
Right.
So, but everything was edible. And I was like, wow, that is a big difference than cooking that same steak in a pan. And it tasted like it came off a propane grill. I think I said that 10 times in the stream. I was like, wow, this tastes like it came off the grill outside. And I wish I had a grill outside. We had to throw it away.
That's awesome.
Todd and I are both big fans of Ninja products.
Love them. I have a bunch of them.
Now, if Ninja could go like ceramic coated baskets, I mean, I'd be all the rave about every bit of their products, because they keep the programming is almost exactly the same in every single machine.
Yeah.
So that way, it's just easy to use. And I'm just a fumble butt, with my fingers and just trying. I don't read instructions. I just set it up. Right. I did an unboxing with it, and I was just like, whatever, let's just see what happens. And that's kind of how I run my videos. It's just kind of like a live stream. I just edit out the boring parts.
Right. Yep. 100%. TK Carnivore, try to remind myself when struggling where you're going to be next year if you don't do anything or eat something not carnivore, and visualize my future. Yeah, for sure. I was saying it in the Steak and Butter Gang earlier today that I had an uncanny ability that I would tell myself that, well, what's the use? It can't get worse than where I'm already at, so might as well, go hog wild. And that was never true. I always seem to set new records for how much worse I can make it. So it can get a lot worse no matter how far you are. You're not as far gone as you think, in my opinion. I mean, John, how many times did you use that as an excuse that, well, can't get worse than this, so I might as well just go
all the way up until I prayed for God to take my life.
Yeah.
I mean, it was me and my wife would call it Wreck-It Ralph night. We just order pizza like 2 a.m. After ordering pizza like 6 o'clock in the evening for the family, we'd still order more pizza. We were both a mess for a little while. My wife's starting to come around to the carnivore diet. She's drinking her coffee black. I found out when I saw her coffee this morning and accidentally drank it. I was like, wow, that's not your normal coffee. And she's like, no, I know. So she's not adding sugar. She's not adding creamers anymore. She loves eating the steaks that I make.
Awesome.
She's big into hunting grouse, so she likes to eat a lot of grouse meat. I'm not a big fan of grouse. There's not enough fat there, but they're pretty decent bird.
I heard they're tasty.
They are. They're similar. They have a lot of iron flavor to them. So they're really a darker type red. The rough grouse is a little bit more chicken-like. But like a spruce grouse, they got a lot more iron flavor to them. I don't care too much for that.
I'll have to try sometime. Navy Doc Charlie, have you all had your vitamin D checked? Had mine drawn 2 weeks ago. Turns out it's in the basement. Have been carnivore for 10 months, 80 pounds down, but joints were killing me. 1 week on vitamin D3, K2, about 30% less pain. That is awesome. I've never had mine checked, but for the first, I guess probably right around 10 months of carnivore, I took vitamin D3 and K2 Dr. Berg supplements, and I took those religiously until my body just felt like it didn't need it anymore. And then this summer, I spent a lot of time out in the sun. So I think I'm good because I have no pains at all. But how about you guys? John, you might be in a real pickle up in Alaska for sun, huh?
Especially now.
Well, I started out even on the ketogenic type fasting type diets with a lot of those supplements already lined out in my favor. So before I even started fasting practices, I studied the appropriate supplements for the region. Because like you say, a lot of us are in different regions of the United States. I'm in Alaska. You guys are in the lower 48. You got different time frames as far as sunlight goes. But I had that all covered. It wasn't the best supplements. It was supplements that came from Costco. And I've since upgraded to, basically the same thing Todd's taken as the Dr. Berg's version of D3 and K2. I also got the Dr. Berg's version of magnesium glycinate. And I like it because it doesn't have that weird flavor when you put it in your mouth like other magnesium glycinates have.
Yeah.
Some of them, you put them in your mouth and you get this nasal hit of some weird scent, and you're just like, oh, it's so bad. Like some of the other vegan supplements I've actually bought. And the funny thing is that Dr. Berg's supplements are vegan safe.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool in my opinion, because it covers the carnivores and it covers the vegans as well, which is a really good move on his part.
Yep, for sure. No, I know Dr. Berg gets a rough rap in the carnivore sphere, but I've always liked his supplements. I always think they work really well.
And that's the only reason I bought them. I didn't buy them because Dr. Berg. I bought them because, I'm into affordable products. His products are affordable in my opinion, but I wanted to see, do they work as well as the other affordable products that I was already using? Because most of my followers, a lot of them, they're on a tight budget. I have many of them that are still on the hamburger meat, and they're probably going to be on the hamburger meat for the rest of their life. But that's how life works sometimes.
Right.
But they're also, some of them are in their 90s. I don't know a single vegan in their 90s. I didn't know a single vegan in their 90s when I was a vegan. I mean, they were all under 35 years old. I think the oldest one I ever met was like 45 in person.
Yeah, that's true. That's crazy.
It was.
I did meet Dr. Berg when I was at Hack Your Health in Austin this summer, and he was at the food court. I was sitting there waiting for the gang.
We had salad,
a meeting. He was, I don't know what he got. He got a drink and he had something, but obviously it was a food court for a carnivore convention. So they had all this carnivore keto stuff up there. But I saw him. I was like, I'm going to tell Dr. Berg that I use his products. And I dropped, at the time it was like 200 whatever pounds. He turned around, looked like I was going to eat him or something. He was not happy to be talking to me when he was at the food court. He was polite. He goes, yeah, those are good supplements, but he looked like I'd shocked him or was talking gibberish. And maybe he's a small dude. He's about the size of
really?
He's a slender, thin little dude. He's about the size of a Flintstone chewable. But nice guy, but he looked a little shocked when I said hi to him. So I was like, "Easy there, little fella. I'm not gonna hurt you."
Wait, what do you mean? I make supplements? I didn't know that.
Right.
That's all right. No, I do like his products. I mean, regardless of what anybody's opinion is, I just try things, see if it works. If it doesn't work, I just tell people like, okay, I tried this. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Hands says a lot of extra weight can be a reversal of osteoporosis. Huh. I don't know what that is exactly, to be honest with you, but that's interesting. I'll have to look that up. Osteoporosis. I'm not sure what that is, but that's interesting. I'll definitely look it up. I bet I hear Michael typing away. He might already. I replaced black pepper with cayenne, which help heal my stomach lining for sure. Did you guys ever hear? Yeah. Did you ever hear that story about the guy that had ulcers? And I remember watching this on a YouTube video. This guy gave her a testimony about his ulcers, and he was in such bad pain and he was throwing up blood because he had such bad stomach ulcers that he decided to commit suicide. And they were always trying to keep him from bleeding out because his stomach was so bad that he was going to bleed to death or something. And so he always had to stay away from any spicy foods and any vinegars and stuff, they said. And so one night he tried to kill himself and he ate a whole big giant container of cayenne pepper.
Oh.
And it healed his stomach. The cayenne pepper healed his stomach ulcers. He was trying to do it to cause an ulcer and bleed out. And it was the exact thing that healed him, because whatever's in the cayenne pepper, and I've heard this before, but it's one of the best things you can do for stomach ulcers because it causes a reaction in your body to repair the stomach lining. And so it was one of the craziest things, and it restores like your acid bacteria, and it restores the mucus lining in your stomach that covers the ulcers. So it healed his stomach ulcers. And when he was trying to commit suicide by eating cayenne pepper,
cured himself.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Unreal.
It's one of the craziest things I ever seen. Yeah, no joke.
I mean, I got some stomach issues, and that was another reason why I was interested in the carnivore diet. Because when I was, after my divorce, I was exercising. I lost a lot of weight because I was naturally doing the most unhealthy fast of your life when you're going through a divorce. But I was doing sit-ups, and I injured part of my gut right over here. This is my left side. I don't know if the camera's showing right or left, but this is my left side. I injured this one spot. It's been hurting ever since. And I went to the doctor. We tried to figure it out. We did a bunch of scans. We did a bunch of blood work. We checked for cancers. We did all kinds of work. Nothing. Not a thing. They talked about putting a scope down there, checking it out, putting a scope up the other end, checking it out. Before anything happened, the surgeon said not to do it. So nothing's ever happened. So the pain's just been there. The only thing that affects it is caffeine. So if I had like a Red Bull energy drink or a lot of extra caffeine, it would get really, really painful, like somebody stuck a hot iron in my side. So I still don't know what it is. I don't know what's causing it. So it's just one of those things. I was hoping the carnivore diet might help repair whatever that is. And so far, it hasn't, unfortunately. And
Well, I bet eventually something will start to give and start to help, but isn't that usually the fascia tissue when you have something like that? The fascia is pulling on something, I hear.
I don't know. Like I said, we went down every avenue of attack we could to try to figure it out. They prescribed me some acid reflux medicine that put me in the hospital, and that was hurting that spot specifically. It hurt so bad that the doctors thought I was nuts. And we did a MRI, we did a CT scan, same thing, trying to figure it out. Nothing ever got figured out there either. And they were just like, do you want pain pills? And I was like, no, that's the last thing I'm here for is pain pills. Right. I'm trying to figure out what this is and what's causing it. And it was that medication that gave me for acid reflux. And I don't even know what that was. I can't remember what it was called.
Huh. Well, that's crazy. Well, hopefully you get it figured out. It'd be kind of interesting. I think what I've heard. So I heard from from when my brother was in the rodeos and stuff, when they get stepped on, they dislocate a rib, they would have those problems. It causes problems with the fascia tissue, which is like the white cobwebby tissue that kind of holds stuff in place in your abdomen. It will get in a bind or get wrapped around something and get all twisted up, and it starts to pull and you have a weird pain. So they start doing deep tissue rubs and massages to loosen up the fascia. And so usually when people have a weird, like an injury that turns into a weird long kind of shocking kind of stabbing pain that comes out of nowhere, it's usually one of those fascia problems. That's what I've heard from the cowboys that would get stepped on by a bull and then have these weird little sharp pains that come out of nowhere, or a pain when you eat, because when you're eating, your stomach's growing, it's pushing stuff around and starts pulling on fascia tissue.
Yeah, mine. I don't know. That would be fascinating if that was somewhat even close to what it is. But it's just, yeah, if I have an energy drink, I mean, it hurts.
Yeah, weird.
But if I don't, I can drink coffee, which is odd. If I drink coffee, I'm fine. If I have anything with more caffeine than it should have, I mean, it's just like I just drank poison, and I'm just dying from this side over here. Like there's a baby trying to come out. It's I don't know what it is. We'll figure it out eventually, I hope.
Soon, for sure. Maybe when you lose more visceral too. Cindy, wasn't the salad shooter and as seen on TV product? Yes, it was. You got the joke. That's exactly what it was. Yep, for sure. Let's see. Gray Wolf. Ginger root is also good for soothing stomach problems. I boil it and add it to stevia. It works pretty fast. There you go. I didn't know that. Who reads instructions? Not men. I can tell you that right now.
Not me.
I wish my body had instructions. We all do. Well, I mean, it really does. It's just the problem is that our body comes with a little dude that reads it out to us in signals. And we went and got him drunk on sugar and seed oils and a bunch of red dye number 3 and crap. And so he's now an addict, and he's flagging the wrong stuff. He's giving us the wrong instructions right now. So you got to get free so that your signaling comes back, and then you do come with instructions. With a troubleshooting section. Absolutely. Troubleshooting now, I think that's best for carnivore communities. That's why I love the SBG gang. We're a collective of people that have gone through this for a long period of time and worked out the kinks, put their heads together like a think tank, and they help you put together the pieces that are missing, and you'd be surprised how effective that's become. It's really quite amazing. Osteoporosis, Todd, is not okay. Pronounce it correctly. I don't even know. All right, somebody pronounce that for me, because apparently I'm pronouncing osteoporosis. Okay, I don't know. Too many big words. I don't know what it means. Don't be a word Nazi. Tell me what the heck it means. Tell me what it is. Dr. Barry says some digestive issues may take 2 to 3 years, to heal on carnivore. I'm trying Dr. Barry's vitamin P patients protocol, of course, on this problem. Absolutely. Yeah, Barry's given me the finger and the P protocol more than once, so I know what you mean on that. But he's right for sure. This is what we kind of had to talk today, and the Chew the Fat meeting in SBG today was that. I know that it can be frustrating coming into a stall. It can be frustrating when we make deadlines for ourselves and we make goals. And we need goals because we need a direction. We need encouragement. We need something to aim at. But when we do everything that's in our control and our bodies just takes over and it doesn't do everything we want it to do, or at least in the time we want it to do it in, it's okay, because at the very least, no matter what, you're not digging the hole deeper right now. You're not going backwards. One beautiful thing, even in a stall, is that you're not going backwards. You're not, think about how
it's frustrating.
It's frustrating for sure. And that's why it really does help when you're trying to do this consistently, to remember how before, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, when I wasn't actively working on doing something right, I was doing everything wrong, and it was getting exponentially worse by the day. The health was going in a downward spiral, and that hole was getting deep quick. And so even in a stall, it is so much progress compared to where I was 23 months ago to not be going backwards, to not be digging the hole deeper. Just like John was saying, even if he has a bad day, or what he thinks is a bad day, having a binge on a bunch of beef, it's nothing like what he was doing on the
Sure.
Wreck-It Ralph night with the pizza. you
Right.
know? It's nothing close to that, you know?
Yeah, that was one of my biggest concerns when I started losing dramatic amounts of weight was weight loss maintenance. Now, you have to have, it doesn't matter if you're doing a fast, it doesn't matter if you're doing a diet. You have to have a plan for when you get to where you want to be. So where you get to your goal weight or where you get to your, basic baselines along your way, you have to have a plan no matter what. Even when you come out of a fast, you have to know what your plan is before, after, and during the fast in order to make everything work right. And I was so freaked out because I was losing dramatic amounts of weight really, really fast. I mean, epically fast, in my opinion, because some weeks were like 14 pounds. One week was like 30 pounds. And I was like, okay, this is great. I'm losing weight.
Awesome.
And then I'm in a panic because I'm like, what am I going to do next? Because I have to have a plan to have maintenance. And that's kind of where the carnivore diet started coming in. And that's what this wasn't an epiphany that happened immediately, or even I planned it this way. It just happened this way that I learned that, okay, I can overeat meats and fats, hamburger meat, bacon, eggs, pork, whatever on the carnivore spectrum. I can overeat that and I'm not going to rebound and go the other way. I'm just not going to balloon back up. Like, because people were predicting that, oh yeah, you're going to balloon right back up. You're going to be 500-600 pounds now. You done screwed up, man. I mean, they were doing it on purpose, because they were either jealous or they were just spiteful of my weight loss, because it was rather miraculous, even though I wasn't doing anything to create a miracle. I was just following the basic steps of how ketosis works and just applying the principles and, discussing it as I went. But yeah, the carnivore diet has totally changed my life when it comes to weight loss maintenance. I don't worry at all now about gaining any of the weight back. It's substantial weight. We're talking like 50, 60, 70 pounds. I don't see that ever being a problem again, unless I just get way outside the rails.
Right.
I mean, we're talking way outside the rails.
For sure. And that is, well, I mean, what you said right there is exactly why I started this channel, because I did not start this channel until I realized that this wasn't like all the other diets that were going to bungee back and explode in my face and I was going to gain it all back. When I finally figured out, oh, this is like nothing I've ever seen before. I'm free. Like, I've never been on a diet before. This is a way of eating, but but when I started, it was just a diet. And I've never been on a diet before that I didn't expect to crash and burn on, right? Like when you're going through it, it wasn't if, it was when, and how long could you hold on by the skin of your teeth, holding on to this really ridiculous willpower ridden white knuckle ride of a diet. And how bad was the fallout going to be? That's what every one of them had always been. And when I was on carnivore and I realized that I was free, that I didn't have any cravings, that this was actually, there was no willpower involved. Just like you said, I don't see a way that I ever fail this now. I don't see, I don't think I could ever go back to where I came from, because I've felt this now. I know what this feels like. I know the roadmap, how to get here and how to be free. I don't see it ever happening either,
Yeah, because even in my situation, which is similar to Todd's here, this is not willpower. I mean, this is absolutely not willpower. And none of this has been willpower. It's just been following the basic principles as we go, either if it's fasting principles or the carnivore type principles. That's all we're doing. And then it grows as an evolution, because I didn't start out like, oh yeah, I'm eating a lot of meats and fats. That's not how I started out at all. I came in through like keto type principles, and then it was a struggle to get more strict with the carnivore diet. But it was a struggle because I wasn't necessarily doing the diet. And I say this a lot, because there's people that say they're doing the diet, but you can see, evidence. Like, okay, you keep telling me the same thing, but I understand the words that you're saying aren't exactly what you mean, what you're saying.
Right.
But just like our doctors, when they see our blood work, they know you're doing a carnivore diet. They know you're doing a vegetarian diet if you're doing that. They can tell from the blood work. They know you're eating sad food. It's not a secret once they do the blood work. They know exactly what you're doing. when my doctor saw my blood work, he looked at me and he's like, wow, you're actually doing the diet. That was the first things out of his mouth. You're actually doing the diet. He's like, you know how many people come in here and say they're doing something, and I can look at it and I know for a fact they're not doing it. So
Right.
yeah, you can't pull the wool over the dentist's eyes either and say you
No.
floss your teeth, and then you go into the dentist and he's like, do you floss your teeth? And he's like, he automatically knows you're a liar.
Right.
Same thing. But
For
yeah,
sure.
just don't overcomplicate things by just adding in too many things into the principles, and it does get easier. I mean, this is enjoyable now, especially since I started on the ribeye steaks. I have never found so much enjoyment in steak in my life, and I never even liked steak before.
Right. Yeah, and it's awesome. And I don't know about you, but I feel better on ribeye steaks and New York steaks than I do on ground beef or ground beef. Yeah, I get a Superman feeling from it.
I tried ground beef because I ran out of steak is why. I had some ground beef. I tried it. I put it in some eggs, and it was like I was eating. It felt like I made a protein bowl with eggs and reindeer sausage. It was like I was eating around broccoli. I couldn't eat the beef. It was so weird. It's I think it's the rendered fat that's in the burger meat. It's just too hard on the gut after you get used to the nicer, cleaner fat of the ribeye steak.
Right. 100%. I don't know. There's just something about it that it makes me feel way better. And so I like to go get one ribeye primal and one New York primal. You know, they're like 20 pounds at Costco. I go get one of each of those. I have a little mini fridge that's for meat only. I put one on each rack and let it just air dry in the fridge. And I just cut a steak off of those every day when I want one. And I just cut one steak off of it, put it in the air fryer. And I mean, that is the absolute perfect setup for me because you get such a nice crust. It's way cheaper to buy it in the primal cuts at Costco. And if you buy a whole if you can swing it, buy a whole case at a time because you get 15% off if you buy a case of them, which is expensive, but it saves you like $2 a pound on the primal cuts to get that 15% off $2.25 a pound, I think. And then to me, it's the best possible way you can do it, you know?
I don't know I just buy the big, I don't know if that's the primal cut or not. It's just a big giant chunk of ribeye.
Yeah, here, I'll get you a picture, but yeah, it sounds exactly like it. They're about 18 to 20 pounds.
Yeah, they're about 18, 20 pounds, about 200 and something dollars.
Yeah. If you get those at Costco, they're about 220 to 265 bucks.
Yeah.
But if you buy a case of them, which is 5 of those, you get 15% off. So it takes so it cuts about $2.25 a pound off. And a case of them is about 100 pounds. So you'll save about 220. It's basically if you buy 5, buy 4, you get 1 free, basically, is what it is. So
that'd be nice. You got to have a lot of storage space for that.
Yeah, I just have out in the garage, I got a deep freeze, you know, and you put them in there. But what I've been thinking about doing is Costco has these refrigerator freezers that are just really tall and skinny. They're about the size of a mini fridge, but they're 6 foot tall, which would be like perfect for those because you can just put them on the racks, you know, and it's a freezer. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly my mini fridge that I use. And so these already have a steak cut off each one of these, but the top one is my New York roast, and that one's like 150 bucks. And then the bottom one is like 260 bucks or something, but that's the ribeye. And then I cut, usually in the morning, I cut one steak off the New York and I eat that for breakfast. Then at night, I cut one steak off the ribeye and that's dinner. And sometimes I'll do, you know, one ribeye and one New York for dinner if I'm extra hungry. Otherwise, I just eat one in the morning, one at night.
So lately I've been having this crazy ravenous craving, just not all the time, but it's just for like 2 ribeye steaks.
Yep.
And I still only eat my OMAD meal once a day at the end of the day with about a 2-hour feeding window. And it's just weird. I mean, because I've been doing one ribeye with, you know, reindeer sausage and eggs and maybe some bacon. And then all of a sudden I was just like, because I cook two steaks at a time. most days anyways. That way I got an extra steak already cooked. I don't have to wait for it. But now that I got this really cool air fryer back here, I don't have to worry about cooking 2 every day. Because I mean, that was so fast. I mean, I had the steak already ready and made in the live stream, like within 20 minutes, and it was sitting on the table. And I was like, wow, this was really quick. And I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to flip it. I was just talking like this. And then all of a sudden the thing was going off. And I was like, it's that time already? And yeah, those things are awesome.
That
Everybody
absolutely.
needs something like that.
For sure.
When Todd gets a ribeye, this is what he gets.
That's my tomahawk. Yep.
That's funny. That's pretty cool. I like that.
I like my odds. I think I get that down in a 2 mad. For sure. All right, we're at 3 hours, so I'm going to do a rapid fire on those last ones here. Osteoporosis, Todd. Not osteoporosis. You pronounced it correctly. Thank you so much. I nailed it. Stuck the landing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Dr. Barry says some digestive issues may take. Oh, we did this one already. 2 to 3 years. Got that. Cranky Carnivore John. Osteoporosis is a condition that weakens the bones, making them more susceptible to fracture. It occurs with the body loses too much bone mass or when the body doesn't make enough bone or both. Okay, so that's what that is. So they're saying that, well, that isn't. So the weight gain, but the loss, that's because your bones are healing. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so I get that now. As a result, the bones become thin and fragile, and even minor stresses like coughing or bending over can cause a fracture. Oh, wow. So I think they're saying that the reason why that might be a reason that you gain weight but lose inches is because you're gaining bone mass and lean tissue mass. So that is awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys. First of all, please go check out Big Man Alaska's channel. If we could put his link up on the screen, that would be fantastic. Go subscribe. Yeah. Go subscribe to Big Man Alaska. Also, we have Limitless Lindy's GoFundMe in the chat here. And look, you guys know us. We don't sit here and sell stuff. Never have and never will. But we're absolutely going to try to help Lindy get to her goal because I don't think anybody deserves it more than Lindy. She's lost over 500 pounds. And this is like putting the final touches on her. This is like, to me, it's like the completion. It's like finishing this journey and making her goal. So we want to help her get there. So
if you can't make a donation, please share it on your social media.
Yeah, say a prayer, share the link, put it on social media, just shout it out. Whatever you can do, we appreciate any help that you can give. We understand that things are tight, and we definitely don't want you to be dipping into your ribeye money for sure.
Right.
But anything you can do to help share it, get the word out, we appreciate it so much. And also, Hack Your Health 2025 in Tampa, Florida, end of November. I think it's November 20. I want to say it's November 22nd.
14th through the 16th.
Okay, or that's even better. November 14th to the 16th, Tampa, Florida. We will be speaking there, yours truly, with the SBG gang and on the panel, and we'd love to see you there. So we have a link with
I'm going to post it too, but yeah, there should be one in the description.
Yeah, should be one in the description. It's so Hack Your Health, but the coupon code to save $100 on your ticket is carnivore, all capital letters.
Yep.
And we're just shouting that out, not because we're trying to sell you anything, but if you're going anyways, this is the time to use that discount code, because after this year, that's going to go down to $50, and then it's going to be down to $25, and then it's going to get down to full price. So right now is the cheapest time. So definitely, if you're going to buy a ticket, use that coupon code because it's going to save you. And we'd love to see you guys there. We're going to be doing an SBG meetup with me and possibly Lindy and Bella, of course, Steak and Butter Gal and Chafee and Baker and all the names. We're all going to be doing a meetup. Love to see you guys there. And Dr. Phil from SBG, he's becoming my favorite doctor for sure.
He's awesome.
If you don't know him, Dr. Phil is awesome. But yeah, and then subscribe to Big Man Alaska. And yeah, we appreciate it. We will see you next week on Friday. I think we're going to see you on Friday or Saturday. The live we do with SBG gang is going to be a little bit different because of the Thanksgiving
holiday.
holiday, and Lindy or Bella, they're going to try. So they're going to be hanging out with Chafee and Elle for a few days. So they're going to try to hop on the live when they're with Chafee and Elle. So we should be going live, but it might be like a Tuesday, Wednesday this time, so that we can go live with Chafee and Elle's. But we're going to play that by ear. But then we'll be back on Sunday for our next live, and then we will see. Other than that, if you guys want to join a community and you want to have Zoom chats all weekend with us and Zoom, come over to SBG on SBG Meetup. That would be great to see you there. And other than that, we will be doing a Christmas special giveaway here pretty soon. We're going to give away at least $1,000 worth of Amazon gift cards and a bunch of other prizes. So
December 14th.
We'll be doing that on December 14th. I think we got all that out of the way. So we appreciate you guys. We love you guys, and we will see you next time.
Have a great Thanksgiving, guys.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
Take care.
See you guys.